Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Fridays. We are happy to be here. Of course, we got to talk about what Fortnite cards matter, what makes Fortnite cards really could possibly grow with potential over time. Those conversations should be fun because we had it in Discord, and they got to trail over to the Friday Night Live. Obviously, we have some verses. I think we have almost 2 weeks of recent pickups, so that should be fun as well. And even with the verses, we'll try to get through all three, but we possibly get the two, which will trail over to the next week. But my name is Rob. How you doing, bro?
Yo, what's going on? So I was gonna say what's up to everybody, but I have to shout out Ryan
Mm,
again for the
off the
early,
rip.
early super sticker. Thank you so much, Ryan, man. Always
Appreciate you,
here
bro.
early, always donating early. We appreciate it. Then to say what's up, Rice, Schwartz, Psalm Collects, Matthew, JT, what's going
What's up?
on?
What's up?
Dude, man, there's some cool stuff in the Discord.
Yeah,
I know JT saw some of the art in there.
yeah.
Man, I missed you guys last week. I was gone last week, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I was on my way back, and then I got sidetracked. I had a side mission. But I watched the whole thing, and you guys were tripping on my girl Aura card. She
Yo,
was crying. What's up, Kari? What's up, Astro? When
Astro,
do you
throw
take
questions
Astro?
whenever.
We take questions throughout the entire show, dude.
Whenever.
We riff off of everybody, man. The chat goes crazy. So it's kind of more like a community show here.
Yeah.
So if you got a thought, you want a question, you throw it out there, and maybe we'll make it the whole discussion. Um, Besides that, before we get into any of like the actual content here, do you have any news or anything that's going on in the hobby
No, nothing too crazy. We got a nice
besides
little,
besides
yeah,
the eBay
yeah,
the eBay
yeah.
shenanigans?
Won't make that too hot, but y'all know what's going on. So we'll let that be. But we do have a nice little update on the FortniteCards.com website that we
Yeah,
have to get into.
I
So
can
let's
jump
get
into
into that.
that. Oh, and I know my man's Richard is always asking about this, and I'm sure he's working right now. But I cracked open the Tag 9 BK.
Yep.
Finally cracked it open, and I will be sending this off to be graded, so that we can see exactly what score it gets. So it originally got a 948, 2 points short from a 10, right? So we'll see
Yeah.
how many points it gets. I'm going to spend the extra money and get the actual point system. Um, Hopefully none of, when you crack it had all this dust. I try to
Yeah.
blow it off and not like scrape it. So hopefully it doesn't get a less score. And if it does, we'll have to compare to see if it caught anything different.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun project when that comes back. But
Yeah.
if you guys are new here, THG and FortniteCards.com are the same. And we have an exciting update. At least I find it exciting. I think Rob finds it exciting.
Of course. This is this is perfect. Y'all know that I like to organize my collection and go through it and stuff. And obviously that's something that we want to bring to the community. But this new update is definitely a surge up.
Yeah, so basically now you can come in. You could before, but before it was table view.
Hmm.
But Rob and I wanted to see our collection differently. The table view was a great idea at first, but for us, it just wasn't meshing too well. So we began working on new view. So now, like, we're gonna add more features, but for now, we added like if you added cracked ice, I put this cracked ice overlay over everything, so you can visually see um, your cards. Everything else works the same. The search function isn't working anymore for right now. All those features will come back. Same thing with like the pricing and stuff like that. But it's a major plus in my opinion. I think it's a major. I think it's gone up based on what it was before. What about you, Rob?
For sure. Yeah, this is definitely for me, I'm a visual person 100%, and this just takes it to another level for me, just going through the collection. And even when you trade something and you take it out the collection, that's just a good feeling. So we just want to make sure that y'all have great features like this, and Dylan has been killing it when it comes to just doing the codes and stuff like that. That's not an easy feat, so that's definitely much appreciated.
Another option. So you guys know how to add the cards to your collection already, but I did add prototype under parallel type. So you
Yep.
can do multiple. So if you do have a prototype and it happens to be a hollow, which is very few of you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So you can do the prototype, and then so if you add it to your collection, it will go in as prototype.
JL, what's up? What's up? Do you guys keep wax or do you always rip it? So, keep wax. Recently I did. I had four. So I had four sealed boxes of Series Two mega mega boxes, but obviously I seen some of my recent pickups. So I did sell some of my sealed mega boxes for that, but for the most part, I've been trying to keep Series Two sealed. But overall, I mean, it's kind of in my
What
Instagram
series?
name.
What series two do you have sealed?
I have two boxes left, so
Which one? Series
mega
two.
mega boxes, yeah.
All right, you guys know. For me, Astro, it's an easy rip. Like I'm not.
But I'm not gonna act like it's been easy, so that's why I don't see it on the shelf because every time I seen it back there, it was tempting. So I did put it away, but it's been good trade bait for me lately. So that's kind of what I've been using it for, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. If I had it, I'd rip it. Putting it
Yeah.
away is a great thing to do. I have been looking at some of the sealed products on Dave and Adams. It just seems super cheap.
Yeah.
But then again, the single cards right now seem super cheap too. So I'm just been going after those.
Yeah.
But no, that's a great question.
But it's kind of in my name. I think with Fortnite products not coming out for a while, I think I might change my Instagram name, man. It ain't nothing happening, you know what I mean, for me to rip consistently. So,
Yeah, we haven't been able to rip in like 2 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
it's coming though. Eventually, it's coming.
yeah.
So
So,
it'll hit. I'm sure
yeah,
it'll hit soon. For booster box holders, I don't know.
yeah.
I think I've seen some people that have had sealed ones before, like
Um,
within like the I forget what you called that type of plastic.
the acrylic.
Yeah, the acrylic cases.
I will Astro if you message me on Instagram at R3. Matter of fact, screw that. If you message me on Discord, if you're in the Discord, and I can send you an Instagram. I'll send a modern because I know Modern Cards has a connect for acrylic cases. So maybe I can send that over for you.
If you're not in the Discord link is on the homepage right here. It's
Yeah.
also under hobby content. Yo, what's up, Inky Bruh? If you guys don't know, Inky Bruh's doing their last show tomorrow at
Oh.
5:30. So if you guys are in the area, y'all should check it out. They've been killing it for so long now. So shout out to them. They have to, I don't know, pause or stop altogether, or at
Mm-hmm.
least until they get their stuff situated. So
Yeah.
shout out to Inky and the family over there, man.
Yeah. They're amazing for the hobby. Amazing. Steven, what's
Yo,
up?
what's
What's
up,
up?
Steven? All right. Do you want me to get into the question of the night of the
Yeah.
night?
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys have been in the Discord, y'all saw this. Um, you got 18 votes.
Yeah.
Way more people are in the Discord, so not everybody voted. Um, when looking at long-term value of a card, which factor do you feel is the most important to consider? The usage, the OG factor, or the storyline relevance?
Yeah. I'll let you go first.
You let me go first.
Yeah,
Oh,
because this is my thing. So I'll let you go first and then I'll come after that.
so I wanted to reply. I can't remember if I did or not. There was so much I wanted to say. Um, First of all, the whole OG factor, I think we need to start off with like you guys have to remember that when this becomes nostalgic, all of Fortnite, like even chapter 2 is gonna be nostalgic. So that OG is really important for chapter 2, maybe 3, 4, but like eventually the whole game itself is gonna be nostalgic. So the whole battle royale thing, I think, is going to be the OG nostalgic stuff. Some of those other ones, like Renegade Raider, some of the first Black Knight, they'll get that extra boost. But
Mhm.
everything as a whole is going to be feel OG nostalgic, right? And the Fortnite's changing already. If you look at the games, like there's thousands of games being played right now. Eventually, the whole battle royale thing is gonna look very different. Fortnite is evolving, right?
Mhm.
So I think everything's gonna be nostalgic. Um, Now, which skins were popular? I don't think it's just chapter one, is basically what I'm saying. I think chapter one, chapter two, whenever there was the most people playing over the most amount of seasons, those skins that are popular are going to matter, not just chapter one. So I was hesitant to click OG factor. I mean, it seems like the easy one right now. I'm just trying to think in the future. And then there's usage. I think usage is what's going to be tied to people's hearts. So I think that's a great one. But what really made me think about it is the storyline relevance. And I was taking this a different direction. I don't mean
Um,
the Fortnite game story, the potential for story. So whichever characters have a potential for movies, shows, and everything like that. So like if they don't have the potential, I think it might be a negative versus them. Or like Peely, like they can put him in a movie easily. Like already did with Wolverine, right? They made Wolverine. They're doing that mixture and stuff. So I think whatever can get past just the game and go into the other media, like movies and shows like that, it's going to get a whole new audience. And I think that's what's going to really make people fall in love with the characters is like seeing it on the big screen or being able to watch it and not just play with it. So I think storyline relevance, if you reword it correctly, I think that's the biggest in my opinion. If you think about like Pokemon, like it's not necessarily like what was the strongest Pokemon. It was always like who did Ash have, right? You know, what would made a major plot in the shows and stuff like that. So I think the storyline relevance should have got a little bit more votes. I think it only got 17% of the votes. So I
Mhm.
think for me, it's whatever can carry on into the movies. I think that's gonna be the biggest impact personally.
Yeah.
Um, that was my rant. What do you think?
Yeah. OG for me is a separation. I think there is a such thing as OG. I think there's nostalgia and then OG, which is two different things in my opinion. For instance, OG to me is like an era. Like so if you ask me unbiasedly, I would say OG is obviously season 1 to season 3. I think that was like the OG seasons. And then obviously now that time goes on, people feel like, all of chapter 1 is OG, but I think that if you are a part of that era, which I consider the OG era, then that's where it really cuts off for me. I think you can kind of branch it off to possibly 4 to 7, and then after that. But it is a difference because I think it's like the 90s era in sports. You know what I mean? It was like that most memorable time, like the inception where things blew up. You had Jordan, you had all of these memorable iconic players. Now you have other icons, you in this era, you have the Steph Currys, the LeBrons, the Iversons, but that 90s era was just a little bit different. And that's what the OG era of Fortnite is to me. What Black Knight is, what Renegade Raider is, what Skull Trooper, Ghoul Trooper, that's different than what happened after that. And I do think that those matter. Now, what I think is interesting about the OG tag is that I think if they have other things attached to it, so if they do have usage, if they do have the lore, then that takes the OG to another one. So I'm kind of cheating on this question because it's hard for me to answer straight up because I think the most important cards will be the ones that hit multiple of these categories. But going on to usage is a very important one. I mean, that's the ones that people are dedicated to. That's the skins that people are consistently using. Uh and I think that if you have I'll use an example. Let's use an obvious one. Let's go with let's go with fish stick, right? If you have fish stick, if you have a lynx, if you have a Midas, a chaos agent, these are characters that are iconic, but they also get usage and they also have marketability. I think the one that was missing from the poll is the marketability because to your point when it comes to storyline, I think the ones that's marketed heavily, those are the ones that they might pluck for story
Not
as
even
time goes
might. I
on.
think it's a
Yeah,
heavy chance.
guaranteed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting. I'll wrap it up right here, but I think that the marketability is the most important one because if they're willing to market it and then inside the game, if it has usage, if it's a OG skin, or if it also has a lore, that just takes the skins. That's why Pilly is what it is because he's in front of your face consistently. So I think marketability is one that I would really tag on that.
Yeah, and if you guys are new, so usage, what I think is a really good like visual of like how many people are using a skin,
Hmm.
right? And so I think that'll always matter right now, right? It gives us a leg up to kind of like see the future and like try to do it that way. I agree with Astro here about the first gen Pokemon. Now, when I was thinking through this, I thought the same thing, right? I was like, okay, I care about the first gen Pokemon way more than the rest because all of them come out. But
Hmm.
my point is, I think that first excitement for Fortnite goes past chapter one. It at least goes to the Midas's season. So if you guys are gonna say like the OG factor, um, I get that. I don't think OG will ever go away because it's kind of ingrained in Fortnite. The OG, they even make the pins with OG. Then now they have OG Fortnite for the season. I don't think that's going away, but I think that the nostalgia of the earlier seasons, I'd say chapter one and chapter two, will definitely matter more because that's when it was at its height. Even chapter two, even after chapter one ended and you had like the end, right, with the black hole and stuff like that, it was so memorable. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
and I think chapter one is technically OG, but I think in the future they're gonna look back and like even think Midas and all that kind of stuff should come up with it. So that's kind of
Yeah,
what
I
I
mean,
was saying.
yeah, I think the actual term OG original, if you keep
Yeah,
it in context, then that's when you have to kind of pivot to like, okay, like this is actually the OG seasons. And then
yeah,
I mean the Midas era, as we go on, it might be season two OGs. I mean chapter two OGs, is
yeah. But
those
that's what
things
I was
can
saying is
happen.
like I think we're
It's
talking about what's most
eras.
important, right? And
Yeah.
if you say era, I think up to Midas, isn't it? You combine all that. I think that matters the most, more than just chapter one.
But those are two different things though.
Yeah,
That's
but like Kari's saying, like I put like chapter one up to Midas separately than I put like the end of chapter two through now. That's how
yeah.
I feel. I feel like
Is it
after like mid chapter two, then it gets its own thing. That's when Marvel, maybe Marvel forward. Like I think we
yeah.
should do before Marvel. I think that's what makes sense to me personally. That's how I think about
Yeah.
it. Um, 'Cause that was a different time for Fortnite altogether.
Yeah,
And then
it
after
was.
Marvel, everything got different. If you think
Yeah,
about it, you know what I mean?
I think that because I mean you even think about it, the Travis Scott concert was in chapter two, season two. So like there's two different peaks. Like the peak of let's say chapter one, season four, compared to the chapter two, season two. Those are two different eras and they're looked at completely different. That doesn't take away the fact that they fall into the popularity category. I just think that there's legit a OG Fortnite, and then there's a new surge of Fortnite, which Midas and them falls into.
That's true. The other gens of Pokemon are like the second gen of Pokemon I remember too.
Hmm.
I don't know about the third gen of Pokemon. That one might be lost on me. I think I'm forgetting which ones those are.
See, and also I'm glad you said this, Astro, because I forgot this point. The purity of Fortnite, like when you started putting Marvel into the battle pass and stuff like that, like you could technically go like, okay, that was chapter two, season two. That's where the cutoff, because I think Aquaman was in chapter two, season three, if I'm not mistaken, right? With Jules and
Or
everything. If I'm not mistaken, I think
yes,
that's
yes, 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 yes. It
yeah,
wasn't chapter. It wasn't season one, and it wasn't season two. It had to be season
right,
three because
three,
with all the
right,
water and stuff.
yeah, and
Um,
then
because then
Deadpool.
Midas got eaten by the shark.
Yeah. So it's like it is two different feels. Like even if you go with
Can I
chapters,
stop you real quick
yeah, go
because
ahead.
you said pure Fortnite, and that
Yeah.
just made me. We had a different set. It was just called pure Fortnite,
Yeah.
like a premium set for just
Yeah.
like pre Marvel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah,
Pure
cuz it's
Fortnite, because that's what we like. I
yeah.
like the actual Fortnite characters. So when I'm buying the Marvel covers, I like the ones that have actual Fortnite characters on them.
Yeah.
Um, so no, that's a good point, man.
Yeah. And it is, what's another thing too. The first time there was a major map change was like chapter one, season seven, with the snow. So like
Hmm.
that's even another era, like where you have major changes and stuff like that. So it's a lot of different things you can look at, and I think that it's different for everybody how they like the way you view it and the way I view it. But there,
So
and
what was
yeah,
your so mine was story relevance. So like if they can make a movie out of it, I kind of made up
yeah,
that category. Like marketing,
yeah,
that whole mix, like whatever can be like taken out of the game and put into the
yeah,
big screen. That's my vote for like what's the most important if you're like trying to get the most value.
yeah.
What was yours? I don't know if I heard. I
Mine's
heard you go
no,
through all of them.
mine's is marketability is not an option. So if I had to go with the three, I would have to go with OG. I would have to go with
Doji.
OG. Yeah. But marketability would have been my fourth option in that.
Now, technically, you can go after all of them in one. So
Right.
you can hit all those. You can hit the
Yeah.
OG. You can hit the storyline relevance. You can hit the usage.
And
Um, which
it's
is kind of crazy.
and it's some like, so for instance, what we're getting at is like there is there's a handful of characters that really do that. Like I said, like uh for the real ones to me that's unique, and this may not fall in depending where you stop it. Chaos Agent and Midas is so unique to me because they're male skins that have extremely high usage. They're part of the storyline. They have marketability. They're action figures. They're you get the t-shirts, you get all of those things. And then also they're a part of some of the most popular seasons. So Chaos Agent and Midas, I just think they're in a class of their own when it comes to like, oh, how many do they check? And then fish stick falls into that for me. The reason why is fish stick is the only meme skin that has extremely high usage. The only one. He's the only one that falls into that category. He's set apart in that aspect. And then you have
And
skins
that's
like
why I
Lynx.
love him in the comics,
Yeah,
because in the comics he is in the battles. He
he
is
is.
fighting,
He's
just
fighting.
dying.
Yeah,
He's dying. No, that's a good point. I love Midas and Chaos Agents. That whole
yeah,
storyline. I wish they had kept going in that direction. I think it just got too difficult. But like, oh yeah, that's a great one. Um, Astro said, "Do we think that they will do Marvel characters?" And I don't know how much you know, but all the stars have aligned.
yeah,
Disney invested and now owns 10% of Epic Games, right? So they invested into it. So that's why we can use all these Marvel characters in games. That's why all this Disney's coming in. Disney invested 10% into it. Topps has the contract for Fortnite for cards. Topps just got the contract for cards for Marvel.
hmm,
So now the trading card company has the license for Marvel and Epic Games, and Marvel is invested in Epic Games as well. So
yeah,
really, the whole license thing should be pretty easy to work out because it's all under the same house. It wouldn't be that confusing. So I could see them doing it. If they
yeah,
did, that would probably bring in a whole bunch of Marvel collectors, like a
yeah.
bunch.
A lot,
It would
a
make
lot.
it even more harder to. It might be a
Yeah.
good way to like segue collectors
So
into it.
So my thing on this, ideally, right? Let's say it was in the simplest form. Let's say we just got a glimpse of it. The glimpse for me is whatever Fortnite crossover has, like for instance, Spider-Man Zero.
Hmm.
Though if we even got those to start off, like just of the Fortnite collaboration skins of those, like the way
Now
they
we
did Iron
can't.
Man, you
Well, so
know,
Sony's also invested in Epic Games too.
yeah, that's
I was
just
about
an
to
example. Yeah, yeah.
But I was about to say we couldn't do Spider-Man because Marvel doesn't own Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
They license it from Sony,
With yeah.
but Sony's also invested in Epic Games too, so they
Mm-hmm.
still might allow that. Um,
Yeah.
no, that's interesting, dude.
Yeah.
I hope they do that now. I don't want
Mm,
not for us, but I just think that
yeah.
would help bring in more collectors because there's
No,
already
I would.
huge Marvel
Yeah.
collectors, and like a Spider-Man and Fortnite card would be pretty cool.
No, for
Um,
sure. That would be dope. I would definitely be like I think it's just very interesting to see that, when they come into Fortnite, they get their suit for Fortnite or their
like the
style.
Spider-Man suit,
I
yeah.
like that. That would be the one. I mean, of course, any Spider-Man cool, but that would be things like that I would want, like the Iron Man and things like that. That'd be different. That would be different. I think that would be great.
Yeah, Astro. So they do have storyline. You just have to pay a little bit more attention now. It's not as
Hmm.
obvious. They are developing a storyline. They are working it in. Like they even brought Midas back, so like you can kind of tell which directions they're gonna go. And the only thing that we really haven't seen is the seven. So
Hmm.
I think that's still up in the air. Like, did they cut the seven? I think right now we're trying to figure out who did Charlie Wynn cut, right?
Yeah.
So like we obviously saw him bring back Midas. So we think Midas is coming back. I don't know about the rest. Um,
It's y-
it's it's
it's
definitely not the
interesting.
same, but they need to make a change. And they brought in the comics. They're doing all this stuff. And with if you guys don't know, they brought in new Fortnite comics, just
Hmm.
covers, right? So there's just a alternate cover that you can get for some of the comics that came out this month. But like they brought four more out where you
Hmm.
can get Fortnite on the cover. So it's not like they're completely stopping with the whole comic crossover stuff.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But no, I think the storyline is going in a certain direction. Will it be better than Donald Mustard? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But at least they're doing something. They're not giving up on it.
Yeah, and I think that like what JT and them are talking about, I think one major issue is what I've kind of been nitpicky about over the past couple years is like I get it. I love that you can find the storyline within the game, right? You can do
Hmm.
these, but
I don't. Most of us don't play
Absolutely
that way.
exactly. And so that's where, to what JT is saying, is like, yeah, it's a lot of story going on, but it's almost like, remember how we were talking about, like, we weren't at the inception of the stories of Marvel, right? So you kind of
Hmm.
feel like a, outside looking in. If you're not deeply in the Fortnite story or looking in the right places,
Like, you
you
literally
could miss
have
the
to do the
story.
missions. You have to do
Yeah,
the missions. You have to go and
yeah,
talk to the characters in game, and
yeah,
just to understand it. And before, they did a really good job of tying it up at the end of a season
yep,
with, like, some kind of cinematic trailer, some kind of event. They did a really good job every season, kind of like showing you like how it was doing it. Good job
mm-hmm,
for what they could, right? For
yeah.
how confusing the story is. They haven't really been doing that. They haven't been putting their efforts into those, to those cinematics and like they used to. That's where I was able to get the story from.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, even and I mean, obviously we have it great, to JT's point. It's great this season because we have what we used to know of the story kind of being told through the loading screens, right? I think
Hmm.
that's amazing. But I know we would all agree, if they took the story out the game and put them straight to the comic books, you would hear nothing from me. Like, I wouldn't even, because Battle Royale is just changing. It's different. People are playing
Hmm.
multiple different things. People are in creative deeply. It's just different now, and I think that maybe that's something that they're shifting to, which I would assume,
You
not the
know,
comics, but just a change.
the fact that, so like, you go in and you're so focused on the game now, it's more like competitive and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Maybe that's another reason why they stopped getting, because before you play, you notice the island changing. It was so cool. This is changing,
Yeah.
and people have stopped paying attention to that as much,
Yep.
right? And more now, it's more focused on like competitive. So maybe that's why they've gotten away from that too. Besides not much leaving, but like you said, I mean, we want more comics. I
Yeah.
don't know their game plan. Charlie Wynn is from Marvel,
Hmm.
so I don't know what we're gonna get from that.
I think I wonder, and Charlie Wynn has been doing an amazing job this season, 100%. So I'm interested in the direction of that. Like, I wonder if there's any interest from writers that would love to take on a part of the story. You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder if anybody has reached out and would be like, I would love to tell this aspect of the story. Let's call it Midas, right? I would love to tell Midas' story, the backstory, A, B, and C. I wonder if they get anything like that, because it's like what we talked about before. It's gonna be like a generation of writers that's gonna come and they grew up on the game, or they played the game
That's
through their
true.
20s. So I wonder when that'll happen, because I think that's when the surge will really, top tier writer come in and like, listen, my son played the game. I started playing the game when my son fell in love with it, and I want to work on this aspect of the story. I would love to see if something like that
Yeah,
happens.
because no one who's doing it right now really is doing that,
Yeah.
right? Who's like really into it. So I went to the Comic Con in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
and I met Arthur Adams, who did one of the Fortnite comic covers. I showed him his card on DKV.
Yeah.
He had never seen it before.
Yeah.
He had zero interest, by the way. Like, I showed him, I thought I was gonna get like this whole reaction. He said, "Oh, that's bright." That was his reaction. He's like, "Cool, I haven't seen it," and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But so like he's older though. He doesn't like. We were talking about drawing on the comics and stuff like that, and he was like, "I'd have to get reference because I don't know the characters." He's like,
Yeah.
"If you ask me to draw Spider Man, I can quickly do that." Um, so like these people need to, like you said, like the writers who are coming up now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in like 5 years, who really get into their career, and they want to write something, that might happen. I don't think we're
Yeah.
there yet. Um,
100% not.
I mean, I know a lot of older people do play Fortnite,
Mm-hmm.
but like the longer we go, the more that's gonna just like double, 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 double,
Yeah.
every year. So
But it's so interesting, because I think that's where oh, the
so
card, yeah.
so if you guys know which card I think you guys know which card I'm talking about. Yo, what's up, budget?
What's up? What's up?
I'll throw it up on the screen here. So if you go to card checklist, most of y'all know other card sets, DKB. So the card that he did is this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up on eBay. Um, I'm fortunate, so I have a whole binder of these. Like, I have a whole binder page, and I meant to bring my binder, and I forgot it. I freaking forgot it. So all I had with me was my SGC 10, and these are hard to grade. they're really hard to grade. So I was like, do I really want to break this open, have them sign it? Um, and they had to be in the CGC. And I was like, you know what?
Mhm.
And so I just didn't do it. It was just gonna be too much. Like, how would I even break it at the show?
Yeah.
I don't even know how I'd crack the slab. So I did not end up getting it signed, unfortunately. Um, Black Ash try to convince me to just try to break it and get it signed, but
Mhm.
um, I didn't,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
no,
you know
it's
me, I don't care too much about autos myself. So
yeah. It should
unless it's
be, I
Donald
mean,
Mustard's, unless
yeah,
it's
it
Donald
should be
Mustard's
interesting.
auto.
It should be interesting. I think that if we have some writers that really want to do Fortnite, and because here's another problem. Just I've done a lot of documentary type stuff in my career, right? But the hard part is how do the research has to be fairly guided towards what's the story, right? And that can become very interesting as time goes on. Like 5 years from now, is they're gonna have to put a lot of puzzle pieces together, to kind of figure out exactly where they want to take the direction of the story. Like I
And
think,
not just the
yeah,
story, it has to intertwine with the direction of the game.
game,
That's how difficult, like,
or does
it,
it, or does it?
somewhat. Somewhat, because it
But
has to
if
make
it's,
sense. Because so, like, when they do this, because the Fortnite's a living island, is changing with the times,
mm-hmm,
and so that just makes you have to kind of plan them all together, right? Like, if you introduce a character, you want it to introduce it at the same time it comes in game and in comic,
mm-hmm.
right? So, like, you can't introduce it in the comic before it comes into the game.
No, you would have to work backwards. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
getting. So you have to work backwards. So what has been done is what you would be like. So what I mean by that is like kind of the way they treat Batman, right? The story can grow, it can have different legs. It can, Batman can end up in Fortnite. But you have to understand the foundation of what has happened. And then I mean, cause like so for instance, if you
said
wanted to
foundation.
yeah, like so no pun intended. Yeah, so if you wanted to tell if you wanted to tell Midas' story, you would just have to have that starting that foundation point, and then you can build off of that, and now that becomes their story. And it doesn't have to entwine in a future game. It just has to connect back to what has happened, and then they'll be the future of where Midas goes, which is always interesting.
I haven't been following the in-game story, like I said. JT, have they mentioned anything? Do you know if they've referenced anything towards the order? I mean, the Imagine Order. Is that what they call it? It's been so long. I gotta
Yeah,
reread the
it's
comics,
ain't it crazy?
dude. Um,
Yeah, I think
th-
he's gonna be. I think he getting off, bro.
you think they're getting rid of Jonesy?
Yeah, I think he gonna get off.
There's no way.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Jonesy? They're
Yeah,
offing Jonesy?
all the signs is looking and leading to that.
Dude, I'm gonna have to go look on YouTube and look for some like story videos and see what the heck's
Also,
going on.
look at it's a loading screen as well that his Captain America shield is cracked and it's like it's a you'll see it when
Yeah,
you
but
look at
if
the
they're
story.
introducing him as like Captain America, I don't think they're getting rid of. I don't think they're getting rid of
You're good.
Jonesy.
I love Charlie Wynn, but you're giving him too much credit right now. We'll just
The-
I like the
Here's the crazy part. They foreshadowed, or at least it looks like they did. Do you remember the Captain America and the Bright Bomber?
mhm,
Remember the comic cover from like
yep,
4 or 5 years ago?
yep.
Like they foreshadowed that. Like
The Black
the
Widow,
Black Widow
obviously.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And now he's coming out as Captain America. I don't know if that was
So,
just by
so
chance or
I'm
what.
I'm glad JT brought this up because do you think they have to do this? Do you get what I'm saying? Like so Charlie Wynn was able to kind of close one down a mustard gap. Do you think this is the last gap? If this happens, was this the last one that had to be closed for him to completely transition into the Charlie Wynn era? Because it's all dependent on Jonesy. You know what I mean? As of right now, like he is like that face. And if he wants to take it in a different direction, I can see why he would do it.
I mean, but they could have taken a different direction without like completely getting rid of
Off
him,
in a
right? They
yeah.
could have just like taken another person's point of view in
But
the
that's no
island and
fun.
everything.
That's no fun.
Like, where's Ramirez? Like, can we do it? I don't know. So, long story short, we have no idea what's most
You
important.
have no idea. Like we have no idea what's.
If you're tuning in now to watch this episode to find out what's most important to collect, we have no idea. Um, it could be anything to be honest. Charlie Wynn
Yeah.
era. I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
wouldn't. I
so.
wouldn't say that's gonna be all Marvel.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is like they're combining all these characters. So they even brought in freaking like the Incredibles. They bring all these different things.
Hmm.
So if you read the comics, like Fortnite is it's reality zero. So it was the first reality, even in all these different universes for like Marvel and stuff like that. So like we have some really great characters that they're building up.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's all Marvel. There's still crazy good Fortnite characters, even in the new battle passes. Like, and there's still stuff that I want to learn about these. Like, we want Aura, we want Lux to have their own story and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's up to you to like figure out which ones you want to chase. Like, not all Marvel comic readers read the same comics.
Yeah.
Some are huge Wolverine fans. Some don't like Wolverine at all, right? So I think it's the same thing with Fortnite. It's just like if you're not digging some of the Marvel stuff, don't do it. Like next season's not gonna be Marvel.
Hmm.
This season's a heavy Marvel, so you might feel that way, but it's not always gonna be all Marvel.
Can okay, so to play some yeah, that I agree with JT on that one. So and I think Mustard had a true love for Marvel and DC, and he wanted that integration. Like that was like
Hmm.
and to play devil's advocate though on this point, do you think for Charlie Wynn, this is a little too nuanced for the way he wants to tell story? You get what I mean? Like because so you can to be
Well,
like
he
like
took
you
the
were.
job, so I think he's interested. Like he took this job. It's an interesting thing. It's
Mhm.
gonna take time. Donald Mustard was able to work on this since was he in it in 2014? I'm trying to remember when Donald Mustard came on
Yeah,
board,
he
but
was there. Yeah.
so he was working on it for a long time. So like I want to give Charlie Wynn some time. I'm sure he has some kind of vision. I hope.
But I mean that in a good way though. I mean that in a
Yeah.
good way on Charlie Wynn, where it's like, this story has been done and he could put some buttons on it. But this is not the way he story tells. So that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested if Charlie, because even if you take on a job, you can close a
Yep.
door or a reality for that matter, right? That's what I'm interested in. Do you think that there's a chance that his what has been done is not his form or way of storytelling that he likes, so you can close that door and
All
move
right.
on, which is going to be
Let's say
interesting.
he closes the door on Jonesy,
Yeah.
and it's no longer Jonesy focused, right?
Mhm.
Jonesy will be OG, so all those collectors, like if you want
Mhm.
Jonesy stuff, now is the time
Right.
because if they close the door, they're not going to make more Jonesy stuff,
Yeah.
right? There's not going to be more collectibles for Jonesy. So if they do close the door, who do you think is going to take the spotlight?
I don't if so two things can happen. He could have had somebody in mind when he got the job, or that person is yet to be seen, and I would go on that we might be introduced to that person. I would say,
Mm,
you
I think it might
know,
be Midas.
that would be great.
I
That
honestly think
would
it'll be Midas. To be honest,
see
um,
Steven, yeah.
yeah, that character doesn't exist yet, or I still think it's characters, but and they're gonna try a couple things. Sorry, my camera's shaking.
But
Um,
it's gonna be interesting because it might not. It might be
it could be a
characters.
whole new character.
Yeah, yeah, it could be, and because I think that dang, it's okay, y'all. Just bear with me on this comparison. It's it's like how eclectic Kanye is. Like the way Kanye's a very eclectic artist, right? You can't really follow behind, and I'm talking about graduation era Kanye, right? You can't really follow behind how he creates, and I feel that way about Donald Mustard. I feel that Donald Mustard is a creative on a different level where he can put things together that's not as easy, and it's hard to close some curiosity gaps. I think Charlie Wynn might have a more unique way of telling it where it's easily guided, but it still has a great foundation. And that's what I'm hoping. That's kind of what I feel is happening. I hope that's the case. It's
So
just,
Donald Mustard's whole thing was that the island was the main character.
hmm
So if Charlie Wynn is changing everything, they're going to be getting away from the
right.
island being the main character, and maybe
hmm
the characters are the main characters. And if they do that, I think that's a good thing because like we've fallen in love with these characters, and it's less about the island. If you take it away from the island and focus on the characters, then you can start telling those backstories of each of them and their worlds and where they came from, because it's
Mhm.
no longer just about the Fortnite island.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down with that. I agree with what JT said here about collab skins make a lot of money. They also do this. So like I play competitive, not like comp
Mhm.
comp. Like I don't do tournaments like that. But I play in sweaty lobbies, I play ranked and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I don't like the superhero powers and stuff either. I hate OP weapons. Um, but what is great about the crossovers is it
Mhm.
brings more fans into Fortnite.
Yeah.
And you don't know how many times, like everyone right now looks at Fortnite, and if someone says Fortnite, they make fun of it, right? So it's in
Yeah.
that phase of era where like it's not cool to talk about, or like people just dismiss it. But if you put your favorite character in it, those people feel like they have to give it a try just to play with their favorite character.
Yep.
And this is not just like hypothetical. I've seen multiple videos of people saying this exact story, saying I hated Fortnite, I was never going to try it, but then they brought Wolverine in, and I had to play it. And guess what? I play it all the time now, as I love that game. And so it may be annoying playing style wise, but for the game and for the hobby, it's just going to
Yeah.
bring more and more people into it. And I think that's a good thing. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah. JT, man, what a era right there. That was top tier Kanye right there, man.
Dude,
That was
I actually, I try to stay away from Kanye stuff, but like, I went through the thing. I was like, what was that? What was that song called? One song came on, I had to listen to the whole album. Forget
Yes,
which
it's just
song
the way
came
it
on,
is.
and I was like, I gotta go back and listen to that whole dang album now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, that's but yeah, I think based off of what we've seen this season, I trust Charlie Wynn more than I did. Um he just has a lot on his plate because he can take it a lot of different directions. But once you commit to it, it's like you gotta kind of ride that wave because it's gonna be the storyline already lost interest from a lot of people, especially
Hmm.
casuals. So the way he brings this back is gonna be very important.
Yeah, I mean, as his job as a creative director, I just wonder how much of it's focused on like creative directing, like the seasons, like because he's not
I get what you
it-
mean.
it- his
Yeah.
job isn't just develop the story. He's the
Mhm.
creative director, right? So his job foresees all of the creative for the seasons, like theming it, all that kinds of stuff, planning the seasons and stuff like that. So I wonder what percentage of his job is actually focused on the future story of it
Mhm.
versus just like, hey, next season, the season after that, creating the themes and what are we going to do and plan it out. That's a long job in itself, right? Like if you have to
Mhm.
plan out the season and every aspect, like every week and all the updates, all those kinds of things, like when are we going to bring things in? When are we going to do this? That's a job in itself on top of
Yeah.
an actual huge storyline of like thousands of characters.
Yeah.
Um,
No, Jo, it is. It is. There's tons of people playing, but it's
and
definitely the
I'm not, no,
yeah.
yeah, let me clarify.
Yeah,
So,
clarify, yeah.
it is not cool to say you play Fortnite, even if you play Fortnite.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's in so this goes through like almost all IPs. This
Mhm.
happened to Pokemon. Not anymore.
Mhm.
This happened to One Piece, right? This happened to all of anime. Forget just One Piece. This happened to all of anime. When I was in high school, if you said you
Yeah.
watched anime,
It
you're
was nuts.
effing loser. You're an effing
Yeah.
loser. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now it's cool. Like they had anime parties. They don't care. They all have their favorite
Mhm.
characters. You got merch. You go to the mall, and the hottest merch is anime merch.
Yeah.
That's literally right
100%.
now. And so right now, I have 5 daughters, they go to high school. My daughters tell everyone in high school that I have a YouTube about Fortnite, and
Yeah.
they all laugh and joke and stuff like that. Even at the office, people will gladly say, "Oh, yeah, I play COD,"
Mhm.
right? My wife's sister's boyfriend, he plays stuff, but he doesn't play Fortnite. He'll play COD or something else, if you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like Fortnite has a stigma, and it's not Fortnite's fault. It's been so popular for so long. Of course it's going to.
Mhm.
When you reach a certain height, people start tearing you down, even when it's popular. So what I'm saying is people don't like to admit that they like
Mhm.
Fortnite. Not yet.
Yeah.
Just not yet. That's all.
Even
They
to
will. It'll break.
yeah.
Look at history. It happens with all the great IPs.
To
Um,
Dylan's point, Magic the
yeah.
Gathering. That was another one. Magic the
Oh
Gathering
yeah,
was the
Magic the
exact
Gathering.
it was
And
the exact same
now
way.
who spent over $1 million on a card?
Yep.
Post
Yep.
Malone. It's
Yep.
cool now, okay?
Hmm.
So, like, they go through those phases.
But
So right now, that's the
and
phase
it's
we're in.
and I mean, you think about all the athletes, like LaMelo Ball just did his to release his new sneaker. He just did his own Fortnite map, right? These things are happening. It's just not as Fortnite is just in a weird space. Everybody plays it. Everybody has played it, and I don't know about you, Dylan. When you noticed it, it was Chapter One, Season 5, when it became corny. Like it was like,
Mm,
see, chapter one, season three, season four, you Gucci, you playing with the Reaper, you got the Black Knight back bling going, you doing all of this. When it hit like chapter five, I mean season five, is when it started turning a little bit. By the time we got to season seven, people were still playing it in high numbers, but the stigma was there. The stigma
mhm.
started around that
And
five
then
to
I think that
seven.
maybe the stigma dropped during COVID,
Yep,
where
one
everyone
hundred
was
percent.
playing, and then it's come back. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, Stephen, right? So even the
Yep.
people who are diehard fans of it, it's like, oh, you collect Fortnite cards, that's so lame and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't get it, right? Because so like everyone here, what are we calling that hat? What was it
What?
called? The hat thing we designed. What's the word? Early
Oh,
adopters.
early
So we're
adopters. Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
here is an early adopter, right? Like you can
Yep.
see past all that. You can see the links of like, okay, I love this. I'm not afraid to say I love this.
Yep.
Everyone else is gonna be afraid until it's not
Yep.
scary to say that you love something, right?
Yep.
So it's just the era we're in. How long that's gonna last, no idea. I just know it's gonna break eventually,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're gonna start making really cool merch. They're gonna start doing that kind of stuff. Took One Piece 18 years. One Piece was not cool even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
recently, people started finally appreciating that super, super long
Mm-hmm.
anime show. Like, seriously. Other animes were way more popular, and now
Mm-hmm.
there's all these One Piece fans. So, it's going to hit, guys.
Uh,
It's going to hit. It's
yeah.
just like, and do you guys love it enough to
Yeah.
stick with it when everyone's hating on it? That's the question.
Yeah. Astro 100%. I mean, growing up, like if you were still collecting Pokemon cards, like and if you were collecting it in seventh and eighth grade, it was ridiculous. But if you went into high school, you were gonna get that stigma. Like it's just what it was. Um and the people that stuck with it, they benefited from it, you know.
This is not investment advice. We're just talking about if you love it. Like, we're just trying to give you confidence
Yeah.
for collecting what you love. This is not investment advice. Thank you,
Yeah.
Black Ash. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, this is, but yeah, it's happened through literally everything. You know, people got into high school, girls, sports, A, B, and C. It was no time for that extra stuff, but then times changed. Balling out, appreciate you. Just send me your duplicates.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah,
What's up, budget? I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing okay in the storm, budget, man. I really do.
appreciate you.
Send you. I got you. Dude. I'm gonna pay attention to what skins you wear, budget. I got you. Appreciate the super sticker, man.
Yeah,
Um, and now let me go back to Shay. When will we see new Fortnite cards? I have no new news right now.
yeah,
The
yeah.
last, I don't know if you saw our last videos. I did talk to the people at Tops. Um, they were very adamant to say, I can't tell you anything. They said they're working on it. They said Epic Games is being very difficult to work with. So if I had to guess, I know I have up on the Fortnite Cards website Tops 2024. That's because I got confirmation in January that they're working on it. I thought nine
Mm-hmm.
months would be enough.
Yeah,
We got 3 months left in the year. I'm guessing it's going to spill over to 2025 at this point. I'm hoping for a surprise drop, but who knows?
yeah.
So I think it's going to be a little while.
It should be pretty crazy when that happens, though. It should be,
Um,
it should be fun.
yeah, so shout out to everybody who is in the storms. I know there's a lot of
Yes,
storms on the West Coast, guys, like Budget and everybody else. So please stay safe. And if you guys
yes.
are here, even though it's storming, thank you for being here.
Definitely praying for y'all, man.
Probably a year out at least. I don't want to say hopefully not another year, but I'm guessing like early. I'm hoping early 2025. But I really have no actual news. I keep sending emails. They stop replying to me.
Yeah.
I'll keep sending them, but they stop replying. They actually stopped opening them. I might have to use another email address. Maybe that's a
Hell
good
yeah.
plan. I'll start using another email address.
Yeah, no, it should be interesting.
We saw a lot of cool stuff. Like if you look at some of the Star Wars Galaxy stuff,
Hmm.
they do stuff like that. I think they're knocking it out of the park. I think what makes Fortnite so cool is the loading screens are all original art.
Yeah.
And so they've hired artists to do this. And One Piece hires artists to do cards. So
Mhm.
if Tops can break it and do actual art for these characters, like just go look at the loading screens for Fortnite and you can get a gist of how cool they can do some of these cards. So if
Yeah.
you can see your favorite characters in different ways, I think that would be the best way to do it. Of course, you
Yeah.
got like super refractors, you got all these different things they can do.
And I mean, if I had to throw something in there, if they really wanted to put effort into it, specifically for like the battle pass skins, if they wanted to go like, let's say they did number cards, right? Those parallels mimic the rarity of the actual battle pass variants. So like if you talk about Omega, right? You go through all the Omega lights, but the purple would be the out of 10 or something along that lines.
That would be so cool.
If they really wanted to put effort in, that would be something I would like to see.
Um, so for the advanced stuff, so it's gonna be different because Tops and Panini are separate, right? So Panini was
Right.
not allowed to advertise
Right.
except for they did this first push when they got Series One, and I forget how long, or maybe like a couple weeks, but they did like a little blog post saying this is coming, it's gonna drop, and then Series Two. I remember when we got like the little sell sheet.
Yeah.
It was a
I
couple.
was
It was at least a month or two ahead of time.
it was
All
something
right, here
like
I'm
that.
gonna give you guys a little. So you can, if you go to gtsdistribution.com. All right, this is a company that gets products, all right, and you can do Fortnite. I used to search this all the time. Series 2 was here, but then they had Series 3.
Mhm. Yeah. That cuz I think it was like a 2 months out if I'm because series 3 was when did we get it for series 3?
So if you look here, it says order due date, the
126.
126, release date 03.
Let me
So
That
GTS
sounds
had it
about
up.
right.
GTS had it up at least 2 to 3 months ahead of time, but that doesn't mean it was like advertised, right?
Yeah.
Um, Now that was, again, this is Panini, and this was through GTS distribution, and this is how they released this. Now Topps, they did a surprise drop for the Dune thing.
Mhm.
No news. So
Yeah.
the Dune cards came out the day the movie came out.
Mhm.
It was like a surprise drop. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Hmm.
So who knows? It's up in the air. It's a completely new company. It's not Panini anymore. So I don't know. You'd like to say 2 to 3 months, but
Yeah.
well, let's look at the Marvel. The Marvel's coming out in January, I think, or early 2025. So they gave us
Yeah.
like 6 months advance.
6 months advance. Build up that anticipation, all of that. Content creators make the content, then you get the product.
All right, I'm gonna go to recent pickups. My kid
Yeah.
is waking up, so I'm gonna go on mute. I'll let
Yeah, yeah.
you talk through
Yeah.
the
Scroll
pickups.
through it. The Black Knight Auto. That would be Hill. Why is his name slipping my mind? Drew Hill. Drew Hill Auto. Yeah, I don't it would be interesting to see how that plays out. Um I will say a lot can shift based off of what skins and characters slash characters we'll see in the actual top set when that time comes. Um yeah, series 2 was delayed. Well, series 3 that was actually weird because it was pandemic. Series 2 was slightly delayed as well. Um so here we go. All right, so we have Arachne, obviously a PSA 10. Love this one. That is a great card right there. Can't I can't get enough of that red with the style of that skin though. It's just dope. This was the
So I think that was a mega box case, and they were trying to decide if this was US
oh
or
yeah,
Italy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we.
Cause that was for Bobby, right? I think Bobby had
Yeah,
the Heritage auction one.
Yeah, and like he paid it based on it being a US, but it looks
Yeah,
Italy to me.
yeah. Yo, so obviously, shout out to Rice with this one. Reflex in a PSA 10. Great skin. One of my favorites. Great pickup, bro. Well, great addition. I think you had it for a while. I think it just was graded. Elmira. There you go. First of all, her pose is fire. You know how I feel about the poses, bro. So yeah, like that one a lot. That's trash. No, I'm playing. Nah, Dylan picked up the Fable. He's been waiting to pick up this card, bro. But I love this card. The presentation is fire as well. But I don't know if you want to come off a mute for this. Now you have to get the pickaxe. You know that, right? You got it. You
Yeah,
you got it.
I do need to get the
Yeah,
pickaxe. I was
yeah,
waiting to get her first. I
yeah,
seen one that I wanted, but then I was scrolling through and I couldn't find it.
yeah.
There was a cheap one out there that someone was selling, so
That's a
eventually,
must.
eventually.
That's a must. Yo, Tender Defender. Yo, that picture is funny, bro. That's a great pickup too. Yeah, definitely one of the more rare skins in the game. Still pissed about that one, man. I want that stealth style.
Oh,
No,
did
Shane, we're
we?
doing it this week. We're doing
Okay,
it
I need
this
to
week.
go back a whole nother week, so I'll do
Okay.
that after we get through these ones.
Yeah. This was crazy. Shout out to Jo on this. Man, it was dope seeing this come to fruition. I still can't believe you got this done, bro. It's pretty dope.
I'm gonna miss this background for my old shelves.
See, it's cemented forever. Oh, Astro, I'm jealous, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time like I'm legit jealous about somebody having a skin because that's one of my favorite male skins, and you got the red and green one. Dang, bro. I wish I would have got that. Super dope. Yo, so people sleep on this pickup from Kyrie, but y'all don't understand that Ice King Hollow is a hard one to find in the PSA 10. I'm glad to have this one in my collection as well. Eon and Doggo right here. Doggo to Dylan's point earlier, right? Doggo has a lot of potential to consistently be. He's marketed a whole lot. He's just never hit that true meme skin mark, but he's there. He's definitely there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to once they started giving him. They use him a lot for like merch and stuff.
Yeah.
So if
Yep.
other clothing companies come on, they use Doggo a lot. I don't know if it's because he wears a hoodie,
A lot of
but
loading screens too. A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
loading screens.
he's an interesting spec card. I think
Yeah.
pretty
He
interesting.
he's like a 50-50, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be a long shot, but
Yeah.
he's interesting.
No, this is love these ones right here. Dang, I forgot her name. Her other style was one of my break or something. I can't remember it right now. But that's one of my favorite styles. Her other style. I can't remember who said she looks like Anna Delvey, but I can't get that out of my head ever since they said that. Great pickups as well. Double up.
Ooh, these are nice.
Wild card and Skull Trooper together, man. That's crazy. The weapon collection looking crazy, Sparkle Specialist. Tens.
Yeah, those look dope together.
Remember that
I didn't go through this yet.
yo, you didn't see this one?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember if I voted or not. What are your top three S1s? What were your top three?
This was is actually exactly right. I love the pump shotgun, assault rifle to go with the pump, but then the tech. I just love the nostalgia tied to the tech.
I freaking hate the tech.
Drum gun would be fourth for me.
Yeah, I think pump, AR, hunting rifle for me
Yeah, hunting
makes the
rifle
most
is up
sense.
there. Yep.
The only ones I don't care about are the 6 shooter, the pistol, the burst. And that's the worst freaking
I don't mind the
burst.
burst. I don't mind the burst. Definitely feel you on the pistol and the six shooter.
The six
Six shooter
shooter,
for
like,
sure.
has anyone
For
ever used a 6 shooter?
bro.
I'd rather use my pickaxe.
Yo, Astro OG drum gun was insane, bro. That in the what was it, the MP5? I think it was. That joint was
That's a
nuts when it
good
first came
question.
out.
Where's the clingers? Clinger's
Oh yeah.
technically a weapon, right? All right,
technically.
Kaiser, this is a dope send off right here.
Bro, this is a great send off. The
I like that he
hollows
got the
with
red and the blue and the
yeah,
Chaos Agent to go with it.
Ripley and Sludge.
Yeah, yeah, that's a dope one right there.
MP5 was crazy.
Two more tins.
That Mary
A
Marauder,
Dutch
man.
Rule.
Dutch is cleaning up.
All right, now this is cool.
This is
This might
yes.
be the pick of the week. Jesper's been working on a reloaded set, trying to get tens wherever he can, and he has finally hit a Black Knight reloaded 10. If you guys are new here, these are all base cards, but they're extremely hard to gem. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't just mean like, oh, you have a 50-50 chance. No, like more
No.
like 9% chance.
Yep.
Right. So very cool. Very cool. And interesting enough, the base cards are the hardest to pull out of the set. The hollows,
Mm-hmm.
the moving cards are easier to pull than these because
Mm-hmm.
there's over 300.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy.
Nah, I mean this. It just isn't a. When he completes this, it's gonna be very major. Like this is not an easy grade. This is
Not at
tough.
all.
It's tough.
I already liked it. My bad. And Dr. Mentor, man,
Ooh,
I'll let you take that one. That's one of your
the
favorites.
heat, yo. So this is a hit right here. You don't see Midas Laser PSA 10s too often at all. So the fact that you have one in your collection, bro, I have two PSA 9s, but the 10, that is beautiful. I like the question that you asked after this as well. I think he asked I don't know if he asked in the recent pickups or in a card talk, but he asked do you
Yeah,
prefer the roller
he
mark? Yeah.
yeah, so this right here, there's an edge here that you can kind of see.
Mhm.
So like he said, does that bother you more or does a roller mark bother you more? I'm
The roller
interested.
mark.
Yeah, roller mark bothers you more,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Is the roller
This
mark more noticeable?
is not more noticeable, but I think I understand how hard it is to find a clean one, cleanly centered one of this. And it's the same thing with the cracked ice, but I think I can just tolerate the laser off centering
So
more than
so when I
the roller
sent
mark.
my spark plug in, it had the
Mhm.
roller mark, so I got an 8.
Mhm.
Does roller marks count as damage to the card and this doesn't?
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think it counts against off centering. Off center. So the 60/40 aspect. So
Mhm.
that's always because
So you
this
think
one
this
is
is you think this is within range of their centering?
yeah, because this one isn't I mean obviously you've seen a lot worse. This one isn't bad and it's if you put your head it's honestly not as noticeable as some of the ones that I've seen. So I think he has a pretty good off center one.
Rice with the Arctic Assassin.
And the 9, if y'all don't know, this is a hard gem. So the fact that he has a 9 is dope. The 10 is pretty next to impossible at this time.
Yo, Black Ash with a pickup, a 7
Echo
Echo.
7. Listen, that's a hard grade right there, man. A
Dude,
7 is solid.
I can't get over that this pistol takes up 50%. Or is that a hand cannon or is that
That's a
a
hand
hand
cannon.
cannon?
Yeah.
Hand cannon. Now the hand cannon as a weapon card, that in
Yo.
itself is a reason to pick up this card because she has the hand
Well,
cannon.
I couldn't agree more. If it's any reason to pick up Echo, her having a hand cannon in her hand is just nuts.
And
That's
it's
one of
not
my
just like a
favorite guns in the
small,
game.
like they just made it like half the freaking card. Um
If y'all didn't play during this meta, the hand cannon and pump combination, oh my god. This is when the hand cannon could take out a wall. You hit that joint with the hit the wall, then just 200 pump to the head. Crazy, bro. That was an error right there.
all right, I'm gonna go back to we saw this pickup.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the 14th. All right. Crewman picked up a 10
10.
knockoffs. That's
Beautiful.
dope. That's
Congrats,
dope.
bro. That's clean. Clean, clean.
Yeah, that's a dope card. I kind of needed knockoffs. I don't know why. North Bay. I was thinking about you. So I went to the Comic Con with Black Ash, and I
Mhm.
was looking in one of the sellers that has some 0 point art from the
Mhm.
comic were there, and I was looking at the pages up close. It was so hard not to buy one of those, man. But they didn't have
Mhm.
any of the characters I wanted. There is a scene with Ragnarok getting his head or his helmet knocked off.
Mhm. Yep.
And it made me think of Brian. I don't know if you know that on North Bay, but there is a full comic page of him fighting and his helmet gets
Oh,
knocked off.
don't do that to him, bro.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Yo, this is
Um,
a great pickup right here.
yeah, I
Great
want one of
pickup.
these.
Yeah, yeah,
I told oh, I when I went to Fanatic Fest, I should have talked to Tag and asked them if they could grade those.
man.
I want a
Missed
Fish
opportunity.
Sticks, Dire, Calamity. Ooh. All right, well, next time. But this is dope, whether it's PSA or what. It's like
Yeah,
getting these. That's dope.
yeah.
PSA 10, Optichrome
Opti.
Mule Trooper.
I love that Optichrome, by the way.
It is a nice
That's a great
Optichrome.
one. Yeah.
What I like about the Series 2 Optichrome is how well you can see that background grid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it just adds to it.
It
I'm
does.
like been a really big fan of Optichromes lately. Malice.
Great
I
one.
haven't seen our Malice collector lately.
Yep.
Bones. Yeah, Malice is a dope looking card. Look at those shards.
Yeah.
Yonder with a 3.
Yonder. I love his Optichrome too. I have that one.
Series 2 Opti over Series 3 Opti for sure, mile
Yeah.
high. For
But
sure.
and even though Series 3 has its thing, like the space on the card definitely makes the Optichrome pop,
Yeah,
but I don't
that's
think it
it.
can mess with S2.
Yeah. I'm just saying the S2 Optichromes, just because the
Yeah.
characters are so much bigger, it just looks
Yep.
dope. All right, Jesper, what do you got, man? You got a 9 Skull Ranger
That's a beauty
and
right there.
an 8 Triceratops.
Tricer-
So dope. Those shards are just so crazy.
I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite posts of the week just
I
because
know
I love,
you
yeah,
love international sets. We
the
know you
international sets, man. This is amazing. I definitely I love seeing this. It's just one of those things where I think you just learn a lot about the hobby doing international sets. So I love when people are doing this.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Do I need to get back into internationals? That's maybe eventually. Right now, I'm just knocking down cards I see, but this is dope.
Isn't somebody close? Isn't somebody working on a Black Knight international set? If they are, that is a headache. I was just looking at the pop report on that.
Getting a
Lord have
Black Knight
mercy.
card is a headache.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Dutch Ghoul with a 9, Hollow Brazil,
Oh, I like the Brazil hollows.
Hollow 10, Skull Trooper. Yeah, so the only thing with the hollows, I just saw a post on eBay. I
Hmm.
posted well, someone posted in a Facebook group, so I didn't find it. But then I posted it in the Discord. Someone is selling 2,500 Series 1 hollows in an
Hmm.
auction, all Brazil. I'm pretty sure they're all epic too because they're stacked, and we've seen this before. It's my
Hmm.
only thing against like the Brazil ones. But that doesn't mean they're gonna be high grades, guys. So
Yep,
like
that's
that's
very.
why I like these.
Yep.
That's why I like these high grade ones. That's gonna be like bulk. So like if you're looking for the international, that's like when you get to the higher grades is where the rarity is going to come in. I think to those.
Yep.
Not investment advice, just what I think. But like seeing them graded like apples to apples, they're pretty similar. It's different than the shards where you can tell the difference. You know,
Yeah.
graded hollow is a graded hollow in my opinion. They
Yeah.
look dope.
No, I agree with that. Like that's one place where you don't I would say that's one place where you shouldn't overthink. Like I think
Hmm.
you know what's available, you if the opportunity comes up down the road to upgrade to whatever you feel is the best,
Yeah,
then do that.
facts.
But I think you just shouldn't overthink things.
Now, yeah. And now if I had a whole bunch of hollows, even to Italy, Brazil, man, I would love to
Yeah.
complete a set just to look through,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. You know how I like to do my binder pages, and
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be dope. Um, King with some Ghoul Troopers. All right, you have
Shuffle
to
up.
break this. Yeah, I had a nice conversation with someone in the Facebook group. Guys, is Ghoul Trooper makeup or is it an actual zombie?
It's makeup.
It's
It's
makeup, right?
makeup.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Okay.
because if you want to keep it simple, like Skull Trooper is literally
That
Jonesy with
skeleton. Yep.
yeah. And even on top of that, they weren't there yet. That's the beginning of Fortnite. It was
Mm-hmm.
use these head models, you give them these styles, and then you really didn't get to that till I guess like okay, so she's not what Dyer is. You get what I mean? Like
Yeah. Like
she's
Dyer
not
is
that.
an actual
Yeah.
werewolf. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. She's not
Um,
that.
yeah. All right, we got an Italy pump shotgun base,
Yep. Bet my
and then we got the
Mahai
Italy
said, "No, she's
Tims.
a zombie."
Don't get me started. Oh, my girl, Google Trooper. Sparkle Specialist. That's the card I need. Now that looks dope. Look at the color matching.
No, that's top tier right there. That's
Yeah,
top
that's
tier.
top tier.
Like it's so dope how like it just looks it flows so well and The hand motion and everything,
Yeah,
it just looks good.
I'm about to tell my age because doesn't this look like OG word text art? You ever used to mess with word art?
I know what you. Yeah, I know what you talk.
You ever
Yeah.
used to do that and like you
Yep.
used to do the gradients on the word art
Yep.
back in the day when computers first came out and they had
Yo,
them in
I
your
love
schools?
that. Dang, bro.
Yeah, I used to play this other like color game too.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh my gosh! All right,
Did y'all have the see-through Max in your school? The original, like
yeah.
the yeah, bro.
I
Dang.
never I had always seen it, I never knew what the hell it was. I kid
So
you not. I saw it there, I was like, it wasn't a PC. I was like, "I don't
yeah.
know what the hell that is over there." Never used it. Now I'm a full Mac person, but back then,
Bro.
yeah, that's what this
Dang.
color reminds me of anyway. Like, that was, like, the generic word art. I'm
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
freaking old.
Dang, that's
Alright, Sparkle
crazy.
Specialist, 10.
Paint, yeah. Oh
Oh,
man,
look
that
at
was crazy. Dang, the combo. Look at that.
dude. You went ham, so you went for if you had a dart bomb, it almost looked like you were going card for card on those hollows. You're getting
Okay.
close, man.
No, serious question. Serious question. 5 years from now, what do you think the conversation is gonna be between the three crystal shards for for series one? Like, do you think it's gonna be what we're the way we're talking now, or do you think there's gonna be somewhat of a preference or a closed gap? How do you feel it's
Alright,
gonna
so
be?
I think there's gonna be a preference. I
Yeah,
think USA is gonna be the preference, but there's still gonna be people collecting the other ones. They're just gonna be not as high multiple. But the
yeah,
fact is that the US, like the US ones are so rare, right? Compared to like if you look at other stuff, let's look at One Piece, right? Because it has multiple languages too, right? The
yeah,
USA ones go for more, right? And you can get both, right? But the difference in this is that both of these are pretty rare, and in the One Piece ones as a trading card game, it's not as rare. So
yeah,
I think the Italies are still going to be expensive, especially in a 10. The Brazils in 10s are going to be super expensive. But I think the USA shards might be out of reach.
yeah. Because
I think those are the ones that I think maybe the other ones would be like those you're trying to get your grail, and then the
yeah,
other ones like, oh, there's no way. Like me in a BK shard,
hmm,
not that I'm chasing one or ever was, but, like, if I was, I wouldn't be chasing it. I just it's out of my reach, right? The
hmm,
Renegade Raider prototype, I
hmm,
knew from the get that's out of my reach. I was like,
yeah.
"That's one I wanted," but it's like, it's out of my reach, and I think that's gonna be the USA Shards in 5 years. That's my opinion.
It feels like football wise, it feels like Black Finite. Then it feels like gold vinyl out of 5, and then the gold prism out of 10. That's kind of the feel it gives like as time goes on, where it's just like most people aren't gonna even think about the USA, and then it's gonna come down to how you feel about Brazil and Italy.
Some people say that. I don't have that same opinion. I think Rob likes that.
What is
He likes Series 2 Italy Shards more than Series 2
wait,
US.
yeah, 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 like
Not
way
me.
like I no, I don't say that. What I was saying is I think that it mimics closer to series 1
Series
Crystal Shard. Yeah, series 2 Italy mimics closer to series 1 Crystal Shard to me.
Yeah, I
Like
think
it
I
gives
like
more of that
this.
feel.
I like the US way more. I've had so many auras to look at,
Yeah.
and I just don't like the very thin black border around each shard that I can see with the Italy cracked
Yeah.
dice.
See, cuz like
Um,
for me I like the 1998 Atomic Refractors.
mhm,
And that's what the series 2 one, that's the feel that it gives me.
yeah, I respect it. Some people feel that way,
Yeah.
but I still stand on the point that even for Series 2, Italy's megas come with 3 shards.
But that's a whole different, we can't even talk about that
We
yet.
can't. It's
We can't.
I don't know it well enough.
We have no idea. Like
I
that
have
one,
no idea the breakdown.
yeah.
I just know that US has been a lot more stringent on the print runs, and the Italy's and stuff have been less clear on what the heck's going on. They kind of just shoot from the hip and do whatever they want, it seems like.
Yeah,
So that's
because
my I don't know print runs and stuff like that, but I just do know that US print runs have been fairly small
the
for
dude,
whatever reason.
the two mysteries of this hobby for me right now, as long as we've been in it, is what you just brought up. The series 2 mega box with those 3 crystal cracked ice.
Like, what's the
I
breakdown?
have no idea what it is.
What's the
What is it?
breakdown?
What's in the middle? What's the back card? What is it,
Like, is
bro? I
it a
have no
legendary,
idea.
uncommon, and epic? Like, what's the breakdown? What stores carried them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
then the other one is Series 3. Yo, I don't want to do too much here, but where the heck is the Series 3 Midas lasers at for Italy? Where are they at? Like I haven't me personally, I
I
haven't
don't even
seen
know if
one.
I've seen the
I
blasters, but I don't look.
no, I
I don't even
haven't.
look at Series 3 Italy, to be honest.
I
Here's
tried.
the issue, though. It's like,
Go ahead.
for the most part, they have to get to the US ones first. And because
Yeah.
the US boxes are still retail price,
Yeah.
I think that's why we haven't seen a lot of Italy ones for sale or a lot of people like talking about it because you can just buy a US one.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know. I
it's
feel like that's why.
so at the time, to your point, at the time, I went on eBay to the blasters. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just people not knowing. So I'm messaging everybody that has blasters on there, and I'm like, okay, is this because you know how the picture shows no panini wrap? So I'm like, okay, maybe some of these are Italy. None of those were Italy. So I'm like, I gave up probably 2 months ago, but at that time I was thoroughly confused because I couldn't figure it out. I got some Italy lasers from my PC cards, but I was like, maybe I can get a Midas, pair it up with my USA. Nothing, bro. I have no idea. Those are the two mysteries that if you wanted two mysteries right now for me, those are the two.
Well, I know if US is not selling as much for Series 3, which they're not, like Series 3, like boxes and stuff, there's so much out there because they're not like selling out. I'm sure Italy is getting that same thing, so we're seeing less and less of them. Here's where it gets interesting is whenever a product doesn't sell well,
Yeah.
like like it becomes a hindrance to hold it, and then stores and stuff just get rid of it. If it's
Yeah.
product taking up space and it's not selling, so that's kind of we talking about print run in 5 to 10 years, if this stuff is still in these stores, they might just get rid of it, and then it really does become like
Yeah.
super rare, right? So like, all those talks about the window, depending on who owns all the product. Same thing with the Brazil. Like I think Brazil does a lot. People don't think that. I think there's a lot.
Hmm.
But if they end up just getting rid of it, if it's all in one place and they get rid of it, it could end up being none,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So who knows what's actually going to happen? But that's interesting that because there's so much on the international side that we just
Don't know.
haven't opened a lot of. It's kind of hard for
Yeah.
us. So, and I know all you people in the Italy's and the
Hmm.
European countries. I know you guys are ripping this stuff. If you guys have information, put in the Discord. Let us know what y'all think because
Yeah.
over here it's
Eh,
hard for us to get like a good view on like what's going on. It's like
Especially
same thing
when
with
we're
the
chasing
stickers.
other stuff too. Like we're chasing
Yeah,
other stuff. So we
exactly.
can't, carving out the time to pay international shipping and stuff like that for something that we're just more curious about compared to like checking something off our like major list is just impossible at that point.
Yo, what's up,
What's up,
Fortnite
Hassan?
dad? What's going on? I'm a Fortnite dad too. It's crazy.
Most
Look
of
at
us
this
are.
pin collection. This his entire Fortnite card pin collection is insane.
This
I'm gonna have to
is
open this in the browser though. I'm gonna have to
like Mile High Italy, bro. I know it's so hard, bro. I don't even be knowing what to say and what not to say at this point.
just pump it. And again, not investment advice. We're not trying to pump
Yeah,
anything. We're just talking about like our thoughts, guys.
yeah. I legit never seen one, by the way.
Um, this is the pins, man. I really need to get my pin game up. You're putting me
This
to
is
shame.
this is this
I
is
have this one though.
this is beautiful. This is beautiful,
I like mine in my binder. They're so
bro.
cool.
This is such an amazing collection, bro. Like it really is.
Like they put such detail into these pins. It's so cool. Great job, Warfighter, man. Yeah, you should. You should put
Yeah.
it into the Discord, man. We got a couple collectors in here with some Peely shards that are even in the comments right now.
Yep.
I remember I was going through. I was showing my daughter. She was like, "Man, that card's worth that much." And then I was going through my old eBay listings or whatever,
Yeah.
and I saw that I sold a PSA 10. No, no, I lied to you guys. It was a SGC 9.5 Healy Crystal Shard, Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and I sold it for $1,200.
Yeah.
And I was showing her like that was like 2, 3 years ago. I don't know what they go for right now, but I was
They
like,
do
dang, I don't
pretty.
even remember doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. They do pretty well.
I also saw that I sold a dark bomb. This is just for reference, guys, for someone who's been here for like since the beginning. I sold a dark bomber hollow PSA 10, $395.
I got one better for you. I sold a PSA 10 Ultimate Night Optichrome for 350.
I got that beat. I sold a raw Ultra Knight Crystal Shard for 1600.
Yeah, my see my I think I did a raw Ice King for well I had wait no I can't remember if I sold mine as a fill or not. I think I did sell mine as a fill. Never mind. I had two, but the one I sold to fill was probably the lower one, and then I think I sold one for like 8, and then I had to
Just
just go back around and
j-
get it.
just so we're clear, I still like SGC. I think their slabs are beautiful. I think they're second to tag in design for me personally. So when you say that I don't care about SGC anymore, I'll still buy an SGC card. Same thing with PSA. I'll still buy a PSA card. I just sub with tag now. Um, so like I'm more about like the card than the slab Mile High. But like I'll show you like my favorite cards in SGC are cards like
I
this
did.
with the black
Mile High,
border,
he definitely did, bro. He just cut them off like it was nothing.
and and
Yeah.
this one, and I still like SGC,
Bro
but
was
I'm
head
not.
over heels, and then
I
he seen
did.
that
I
shiny new
thought SGC
object.
was my favorite, but then Tag came out. You saw me at the show, man. I was like, you know what? No, I'm all Tag, man. It was, it was I don't know. They got me in that show, that national show, when I
Yeah, they
saw it.
say. I mean, you need to be the poster boy for being sold. Like that drink was like you
And
was a
guys,
100%.
I'll tell you guys right now, like I don't want any of you guys to grade with Tag. I've been getting messages. I kid you not, guys. I'm getting messages saying that I'm hurting the hobby. I need to stop promoting Tag. Tag is trash. I'm getting all these different messages. Um, I collect Tag from I don't care what you guys do. Go PSA. I don't care. I like mine. I don't plan to sell them. If they do and if they don't go for a lot, I don't. That's on me. So do not collect with Tag if you don't like it. I really don't care. Um, but yeah, I feel bad. Sorry, SGC. Tag's better. All right, let me keep going. This is dope. Northway with the 10.
Heck yeah, this is top tier. I got to stop being lazy and send mine in.
Yeah,
I
I've
got
been
them
lazy
prepped.
too.
I got them prepped, but I haven't sent them in yet.
Um, yeah, I'm probably like you were talking about SGC. I want to get these at least all of them in a 10. I only have one so far.
Hmm.
So what I think there's six or is there eight? I can't remember.
Is it not? Is
Um,
it eight? It's 8 or 9. Is
yeah, so I got a long way to go.
yeah.
I got a good amount of nines. I think nines are pretty easy to get with SGC tens. I don't know how bad PSA is. I haven't looked at the pop.
It's not.
Um,
It's not. It's not high. Not high
yeah,
at
I'm
all.
talking about gem rate.
Yeah. It's not. It's a low. It's a
It's a
low
low
gem
gem
rate.
rate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
bet
think
they
it's.
have really
But
weird
it's.
corners.
But from. I mean, obviously people have been subbing, so I haven't checked in about a month or so. But last time I checked at least.
He said I pay him $5 for every card I send a tag. All right, let's see. Ooh, JT. Oh, I
Beauty.
remember this. I
Yeah.
saw this on my sold. I missed it by a little bit. JT with a $99 Omega.
Love it. That is a card right there, man. That is one of my favorites.
For $99, you can't beat it, man. A $99 Omega. That's insane.
Yeah.
Now, what's better, a $99 Omega or a $17 Crystal Shard Skull Ranger? $17 Skull Ranger or $99 Omega?
I mean, it's a $17 crystal shard. That's
So the
insane.
$17 Skull Ranger is the steal of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is second though. This is
Yeah,
second.
no,
No.
that's it's
Or
probably
is it
some
the or is it the prototypes promos that
that was an
Bullet got?
interesting one.
Not
That
Bullet,
was
what's
an
his name?
interesting one.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
Just call him Bullseye. Mr. Westrom.
The
Let's see what we
covers.
got here. King with some more.
Omega no crease. That's true. No crease.
That is true. It's gonna be a higher grade. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Doctor with the Optichrome Haze.
Hey, 10.
Is that for sale? Dang, that joint's nice. That joint's nice.
Opti, bro.
Oh, I already liked it. Of course, I liked it. Dang, that joint's nice.
Hey man.
All right, Rice with the Heyman.
Hey man's a dope card though. I like that card
Stand
a
that
lot. The
skin. I
purple.
hate that skin. Yeah, the card is dope though.
People used to be trolling with that joint. Yeah, yeah, that no crease is definitely
Yeah, yeah. No
super
crease is kind of crazy.
wild
Pop
card.
one. So then this
Yeah.
gets into the conversation. Like we've seen all these sets going for the Brazil, but like the high grades. are not gonna be easy. The way they just put them in those
I
bags
mean,
and stuff.
a lot of
So
people don't
pop
be
one.
looking at a lot of people don't look at the pop reports, man. If you look at the pop reports, it tells its own story
All
for
right,
sure.
just for fucking
This is the
funny.
one right here.
These dude's
Oh
killing
my
me.
goodness.
So you know I have rocket rides. I've been sitting in
Yeah.
rocket rides until I saw this scan. I was like,
Do
I
you
wasn't
see
even
that card, bro?
dude. I was just saying I haven't been thinking about these like grades yet besides the rocket ride, but all of them are dope. And now I got to get the whole full freaking set graded.
Yo,
Oh, that's so nice.
super
So
side note. Hold
nice.
on, Kyrie, bring that back up because that's nuts. I can't believe they did that. We definitely gonna have to talk about that. That's crazy. Okay. But yeah.
Oh, you're telling him to bring it back up?
Yeah, the
Ooh,
Julius Randle being
ESC
traded.
10 Hollow Peely.
Mm.
Ooh, that's dope too, Dutch.
That was a crazy one back in the day, bro.
Hmm.
That hollow Philly?
I had a lot of those.
Yeah.
Those and Skull Troopers, man. All right, this is dope.
That's love this.
So I like the shout out was like how he described this.
Yeah.
Um, he said shout out to eBay for the Walmart for the blasters, and shout out to Rachel for the baby.
For the baby, that was dope.
That's very good. Oh, I got Suki in there, and then Rice had to follow it up with the Skull
Look at
Ranger
that.
10.
The 10. I think that's yours. Your old one.
Yeah, I think that is mine. Dude, I
That's
have a
dope.
funny ass story to tell you later. Um, and Dutch with the 8 Italy shard.
Dutch be cleaning up,
All
bro.
right, this is where he was posting this that he bought 8 box
Yep.
series mega case. Um, they confirmed it was USA, but you know how that is.
Yeah. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. I know Bobby definitely probably did his due diligence, so I hope it played out the way it was supposed to, I should say.
He said, "I win the biggest regrets of sales." I don't know. I'm in it for the fun. I don't try to regret anything. What do I regret the most? What would I regret the most? I think I don't know if there's anything I regret.
Sending you my cards to USPS
Oh yeah, I know
through
you
USPS.
regret that. Yeah.
But if I had to talk about an actual card, let's see. What do I regret the most? Uh I would say the original. I can't say because I traded. Dark Bomber was a part of the trade to get Omega. So it and one was raw, one was graded, and Dark Bomber might have got an 8 if I'm not mistaken, maybe a 9, but I think it was an 8. So I don't have too many regrets, especially because I collect one card. So all I gotta do is just wait for the right time. I can get the card back.
Back in the day, everyone was hitting me up for auras, friends, and everything, and I sold way too many aura USA shards. So if I regret anything, it's selling my auras.
Yeah, yeah.
I had the three
My
P. I had 3 shard 10s,
actually,
3 Optichrome, 3 hollow. I
we're on the
regret
same
that.
page with that. We're on the same page with that. I take it back. I'm glad you said that. I had, I had close to 13. I think I had either 13 or 12 uh Aura Optichromes. And some I gave away. Some I gave away during my Wednesday night lives. Other obviously I kept one raw. Uh and then I think I just used them as trade bait for listen, the Aura Optichrome trade bait was crazy back then. That drink was moving crazy. So I got a lot of my cards that way. So it all worked out. So I don't say I regret it, but I probably should have kept like three. Probably should have kept three.
The
But yeah,
Optichrome aura it's nasty, man.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
nice.
appreciate I didn't appreciate it enough when I had 3 of
Yeah.
them. And
Only
I
it
accidentally sold my last 10, so I'm glad I have one back.
Best yellow Optichrome is 80 though. Just saying. But yeah.
I actually haven't don't think I've seen her in person.
Yeah, it's a
That'll be next.
beautiful
That'll
one.
be next on my
It's
list
just
then.
it's just so much, it's so much detail in it. So
That's
that
gonna be next
matters.
on my list. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a search for that.
Yo, man, that's yo. It'll come back around my head for sure. So we're gonna do one. No, I think we can do two because one of them should be quick, and then we'll push one of the verses back to next week. So we'll do two out of the three. The first one, especially because it's so unique, we're gonna do the pin verses. I think this one will be fun. Um,
Oh damn! I didn't know you're doing a pin
yeah,
versus.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a pin versus. Uh,
Don't be boosting up the pins, man. This is not
yes,
investment advice. This is not investment
yes,
advice.
yes. This was. I think it was. It was a couple people that was interested in this after. Who originally brought it up? Was it my? I can't remember who originally brought it up to do this, but
Maybe
shout out to
Warfighter.
yeah, Warfighter, and then a couple people wanted to see this as well. Shout out to Richard again, once again. Dylan, you're gonna have to run through these seasons because you know better than I do. Obviously, I know the seasons, but just to make sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I got you.
oh no,
Um,
bro, you're a pin collector. You gotta know this off rip. Don't play that game.
no, just making sure we're tight on time. So and if you guys don't know, I'm going to explain some of these a little bit.
Yes,
So the top left one, the slurp of Ripley. When you open it up, it's a locket, and there's a red one on the inside.
sludge. Yep.
All right. And then you've got Midas's hand in the bottom right. It's kind of hard
Mm-hmm.
to see. And then I think that's all that I need to really point out. But yeah, then some of the pins do cool stuff. So I just want to make sure I don't think any of the other ones do anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of pins that actually open up and do these cool things. So I just want to make sure I mentioned that. All right. So we are going to do chapter 2, season 1 Ripley versus was that 7, 8, chapter 2, season 8. All
Season
right, so
8.
Ripley pin versus what was that? That was like the war. What was that
Yeah, that was
season?
like that was the war where they that wasn't was that when
Because he was trying to
bro,
get
I
people
can't
into the
remember.
war.
Yeah.
Remember, he had like this tattoo of like all these. I was trying to decrypt it.
Dang, bro, that's a
All right,
bro, what
which
was the
pin would you
name?
guys rather have?
That Ripley and Sludge is a that's a dope one right there. I
And
like that
once
one a
I
lot.
didn't like it at first, but then once I realized it opened up, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
those are my favorite, the ones that do something
Hey.
crazy. Yeah, that the Ripley and Sledge one goes crazy. It really does.
Yes. I'm looking through
Oh,
these other sides for when we get to it. It should be interesting.
yeah, it will be pretty interesting. I can see.
I know my number one, but it should be interesting.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
think I know. I think I know where it's going to end up. We only get
Yeah.
3 votes. I know not everyone cares about pins, but come on, humor
Yeah.
me. Let me get
Yeah.
some votes
Yeah.
here. We get 3 votes. 3 people care about these pins.
Yeah.
Come on down. That's more than that. While we're waiting, I'm
No,
gonna look at some of these. And if I need to, here I'll show you guys closer up pictures. I have to redo this ever since I changed this.
mhm.
But here's the Ripley pin. So these are some more close-up pictures. All
Yeah, I
right,
gotta.
and we're at 5 votes. All right, they don't want to vote on this one. Ripley pin, 5 votes. All right,
Let's see
which one
what
do you
we
want to go
got.
next?
We can go right
All
top
right,
right.
that's chapter 2, season 4, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the Marvel season,
I
which
believe so. Yeah,
that's
they
a
could have did
pretty
better. They could have did better than
for
this.
Marvel. That's a pretty weak
Yeah, yeah,
choice.
yeah.
How many cool Marvel ones could they have done? Like an Iron Man one. They could have
Yep.
done so many cool ones. Not that Groot isn't cool. It's just pin wise, it's kind of weak. And then we've got. Oh, I'm gonna forget which one this is. This was the Bounty Hunter season. Um, chapter
It's
2, season
hard.
5.
It's hard to remember, man.
I don't remember it being that right after, but that's crazy. All right, which one are you guys taking? So is it the Yoda and the Mandalorian, or are you taking Groot?
I like the Mandalorian one. That
Yeah, I
one
think I like
is
the
the
Mandalorian one more too.
detail is pretty dope on that one.
Not that the other one isn't detailed. It only
Yeah,
has some
right,
detail.
right.
Um, yeah, I mean it's got like the little pot
They're
and
also
vines.
unique.
Yeah, they're also unique. I also like how they do like C2 S4. I like how they do that on every pin. They tell you
Yeah.
the chapter and the season. I think that's cool. Add this one back on there. Ooh, this one people were thinking about. We got 4 votes. I know, man. These people do not want to vote on these pins, man.
They not with the
We
pin game yet.
we average 10 to 15, 10 to 20 votes,
Yo,
guys.
yeah, trust me. The next one is gonna be insane. So just enjoy this because y'all might have a little bit of trouble in the next one.
All
Maybe
right,
we'll see.
chapter 2, season 5. So the Mandalorian. All right, and then we'll speed through these real quick. So we're gonna do the chicken versus the shark. Who do you got, Rob?
The design of the chicken one of Cluck, but the shark pin is just too nice for me to pass up on.
Yeah, no, the shark is dope, and I'll throw up the I'm gonna throw the shark one on here so you guys can see the detail. It's sparkly, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
But then you do get the chicken with I like that they did lettering with it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm definitely going to shark because first of all, it ate Midas, so that's
yeah,
dope.
you can't go
Um,
fast on that one.
yeah, I'm going shark for sure. Shark is at 75% of our votes. All right, I'm end it there. Only 4 people voting tonight. Midas's hand versus the alien.
This is the easiest one yet.
Yeah,
Midas's hand.
I feel like I feel like they could have done better with the alien. I just feel like some of the other ones
Yeah,
have been so cool. I think they dropped the ball in this one a little bit.
yeah.
Um, like they could have done like a crazy cool spaceship, all this kinds of
Hmm.
stuff. Even Jonesy is like the cow outfit would have been dope.
Yeah,
So chapter one pins would have gotten way more votes. I
yeah.
agree. Yeah, pins that we selected.
Just
Yo,
yeah,
what's going on, Richard? We're just now really getting started.
yeah.
Midas got 5 votes. Well, no, he got 4 votes. One person voted the alien.
There you go.
All right.
So we
All right.
got.
Richard,
Oh,
now
it's
that
me.
you're finally here, I know you missed it earlier. I broke open the Black Knight. I'll be sending this to Tag. I know you were interested to see what happens. All right, so now we've got Ripley versus the Shark. Now this one I don't really know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
I originally would have said the Shark,
Yeah.
but once I found out that it's a locket and it opens up, I thought that was too cool, so I'm going Ripley.
I might. Dang.
I miss the Sharks actually. What
I
happened?
might. St- I
Why
might
did they
still go
take the
shark on
Sharks
this
out
one.
of the game?
I don't know. It was a cool little thing they
That
had. I
was
I
cool,
didn't
right?
mind it. Yeah. I'll go shark still on this one.
You can go Sharks in this one. We got 5 votes. Anybody else want to vote? 19 of y'all just watching on the sidelines. All right. Ripley won. It was 4-1.
There we go.
All right. Now we're doing Midas's hand or Star Wars. Now
Let's
who
see.
won? I actually don't even know who
Yeah,
won.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know which one won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars won. Midas versus um Baby Yoda.
Midas,
Even if they
Midas
did it
hand,
better, I don't know.
Midas hand for me.
Yeah, Midas hand. This one's like a no-brainer for me.
Yeah,
If you guys don't remember the whole Midas hand thing, they sent this out when he was coming out. They sent the Midas hand everywhere. It was like it was
yeah.
just a big logo for him was this Midas golden touch. Um, so I feel like that's way better than Mandalorian, but I'm not a Star Wars fan either. So. 1 vote for Midas, 2 votes for Midas, 3 votes for Midas, no votes, 4 votes.
And
All right, and there are 4 votes for Midas. Sorry, I'm speeding through this since you guys aren't that.
yeah,
Only
y'all
5 of
not.
y'all are interested. All right,
Yeah.
Midas versus Ripley. All right, Midas hand. Actually, yeah, Midas hand.
Yeah, I'm
See,
going
this
Midas
is where
hand on
like
this one.
the Ripley is too cool. It's more cool, but the
Right.
Midas hand just represents something more. So I have to go with that.
Agreed.
Midas hand is 2 votes. Are y'all deciding? This is the last pin vote. I promise you. Just let me know what's going on. 4 votes.
Good.
All right, we'll end it there. All right, so Midas hand is the best of these bunch, but there's so many cool pins from 1 through 10, including some of these. But
We're not moving on till we get 10
Yeah,
votes.
I already know we're not moving on. We get 10 votes.
Now, this next one is gonna be interesting. So we're definitely only doing one more because I know for sure this next one is gonna take up the rest of the time. So
Oh
I
man.
I came up with the idea and I let Richard put it in the order that he felt just to remove myself. But this is based off of I know y'all seen it. We posted the compilation for series two. I mean for series one pack opening. So I kind of made a bracket based off of that. So let's see what we got here. So obviously it's a little bit smaller, but if y'all want to see the pictures when we get to them, I have them on the side as well. But this is based off of the packs that was ripped in the actual video. So let's see what people would have preferred to have based off
Oh,
this bracket.
that's interesting.
Yeah. So now obviously it was some spillover. We only picked a certain amount, but I tried to go based off of what people felt some of the top cards was in their pairings. So getting the bright bombers and stuff like that in there and
I feel like
Pilly.
this is always gonna be so hard with.
This is gonna be an interesting one. So starting off, we have which is nuts. We have the Black Knight. You can do the Black Knight pack for the name, so you can just do
Mhm.
versus Drift and Skull Ranger.
So just so they know, so the Black Knight has Ruckus with it.
Yep,
I'm
and
gonna say
so you can see
BK
that.
and Ruckus
So there you go.
packs,
So
and then we have what
Drift
was it?
and Drift and
Rift
Skull Ranger.
and Skull Ranger. So which Series One USA Shard pack would you rather pull? Now this. Then we got interested into what people not the yellow one, guys. It's just between Drift and Black Knight.
Yep.
Those two packs. Which would you rather pull? I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. So this one was tough. I'm not gonna lie. But dang. Uh, okay. If I have to erase my memory, if I don't have any cards in my collection, I'm gonna assume that's the way we're gonna do this. I'm still gonna go Black Knight Ruckus and just hope I get Drifted Skull Ranger at some point. I have to go with that.
Randy
I
said
ha-
it's out of order, but I think it's done differently.
no. It's what you mean. It's out of order.
Because so if you look on the screen, it says BK Ruckus, and then you right next to it is Dark Bomber and
Oh, my
the
bad. My
Viking.
bad. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't. That was me doing that wrong. That's my bad. So yes, yeah, that's what it was supposed to be.
Oh, is that what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, so we can reset that. That's my bad. I looked at
We
it
only
wrong.
got 4 votes anyway, so I'm gonna end poll
Yeah, that's my bad.
and
That's my
redo
bad.
it. That was just a test to see how many people are voting, and none of y'all are voting. And I
People
was gonna
sleep.
do a giveaway, but no one's voting, so I guess I
People sleep
won't.
today.
BK
And
pack
Ruckus
versus
versus Dark
Dark
Bomber
Bomber
and
and
Mangus.
Magnus.
Magnus, Mangus.
It's definitely Magnus.
Yeah,
Use the Magnus, so I
I
said
did.
Magnus.
Yeah,
All right, this one's easier ish.
yeah. This is a lot easier.
All right, I can't say no to just pulling a BK even over a
Yeah,
Dark Bomber. It's gonna take something special, I feel like. So I'm gonna have to go BK. And interesting enough, Ruckus meant nothing to me. But when I was at the
until
show, and that freaking comic with Ruckus is so cool. I wish I loved Ruckus as a
yeah,
character because
yeah,
those are the only like art pieces that are really left from Zero Point,
yeah,
and it's Ruckus. But like the fight scene was so good.
yeah,
Yeah, people might be tired of brackets. Might need to come up with a new segment. Yeah, we'll brainstorm some stuff. It might be time
yeah.
for a new type of segment. We like to shake
Who
it up.
knows? Yeah.
Um, we got 6 votes on the Black Knight. JT stripping my will to live. We can bring them back. Maybe we just don't need to do them every week. Maybe that's what it
Well,
is.
if y'all come up with something to fill that time slot, that would be amazing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. If y'all have some
So
ideas,
remember, we have 2 full hours, and y'all want the 2 full hours. So if you have something for that time slot, that would be great.
Drift and Fish Sticks
Yep. Yep.
versus Red Knight and Arctic Assassin.
So this will be very fun and interesting because you have Red Knight, which is considered a top series one card, and then you also have Arctic Assassin, which is a hard gem, and some people really appreciate that. But then you have two iconic skins with Drift and Fish Stick. For me, it's obviously gonna be Drift and Fish Stick, but
Oh
I'm
yeah,
interested to see
this
what
is a
people pick.
no-brainer for me. These drifts and fish sticks all day,
Yeah.
like all day. Ooh, I just saw that one at the bottom there. Ooh, all
Mhm.
right, these are gonna
Yeah.
start to get interesting. How many votes we got? We
Yeah.
got 4 votes. You know, you guys are awesome. Whoever is voting, I appreciate you. This means a lot. Thank you for putting in your vote, man. I appreciate it. You there, who's not voting? I see you. I remember that. 5 votes. 4 up. They took it 5. 6. There we go. All right, we got 6 votes. All drift and fish sticks. I think that was an easy one. I think we saw that one
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Um, Next we have Skull Trooper and Nightlight.
Uh-huh.
The fact that I know that is only because of Fortnite cards. I did not know that character's name in game until Fortnite cards came out.
Mhm.
Versus Drift and Skull Ranger. Now this one is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I I would really like to have Skull Trooper, but I can't pass up on Drift and Skull Ranger. Like that is just a crazy combination. So that's what I would have to go with. Just getting that Skull Ranger in there as well is crazy.
Yeah, I would like to have Skull Trooper, but like Nightlight's a dud to me. So do I want that? Whereas like Drift is a banger too, and Skull Ranger's a banger. So I'd rather get a
Uh,
double banger. So I'm gonna have to go Drift and Skull Ranger 2. I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I would do it. Just one we're gonna give it some time. There's only 5 votes, but it's pretty close. So all you people who are sleeping, let me hear y'all's thoughts. All right. Would you want a Skull Trooper and Nightlight pool, or would you rather pull a Dart? I mean, a Drift or a Skull Ranger? You got 7 votes. Now they're starting to like wake up a little bit.
We also started this pretty late because we had to go through those recent pickups.
Oh yeah, the double recent pickups. Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Skull Ranger
usually
is taking the lead. 8 votes. You know, that's double the votes we're getting before. I think I'm gonna take it. 25% people said Skull Trooper. 75% people said Drift and Skull Ranger.
say it
That
again.
was gonna be a little bit closer. I honestly did. All
What
right.
was what was it again?
75% Drift and Skull Ranger.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be closer on that
I
one too.
thought Skull Trooper would get a little bit more
Yeah.
people going for it. This one will be interesting though.
Yeah, this one will
Healy
be.
and Sunflower,
Hmm. People like
and
Sunflower too. Sunflower is
I like her.
yeah.
Lux and Bright Bomber.
Well, that is a
So Rob,
oh
what are you gonna
man,
do? So
that is a top tier level pack for me. That is a I mean, Lux and Bright Bomber is a win all day for me. That's all
yeah,
day. All day. But
yeah. I have to.
that
I've
Peely
always
Sunflower is nice though. It's
that Peely
nice.
somehow. I would not be mad about pulling that. I swear, I
No.
wouldn't. Peely's a dope card.
Yeah.
But you know, I have to stick to my guns, man. I always wanted a Lux, so
You're
getting the
not gonna get
shard.
Peely? That's surprising. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lux. I always wanted Lux in games, so I'd rather have a
Yeah.
Lux. And then I want a Bright Bomber too. I have a Dark Bomber. I want a Bright Bomber. Um, so
That's
Peely's cool,
surprising.
but you know, I mean, I used to have a Peely. I sold it. You know, um, I do. I am growing. Peely is growing on me, but still, I got to
Yeah.
stick to the ones I really want a Lux in game.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy if I had pulled a Lux. Um, I think
I
that's
would
what I
have
would.
I
I
would
think
if
this.
you ask me to assume, I would assume this one won't be close.
All right, this one is close. 8 votes. Can we get a couple more? There's 20 of y'all. Give me a couple more votes. Just a couple more. Make it a little bit closer.
I think the Bright Bomber makes it tough. I
Yeah,
think
that
the Bright
it does for me. Yeah, if it
yeah.
wasn't Bright Bomber was in there, I'd probably gone Peely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The Bright Bomber made it a lot more difficult. Um, 9 votes. Oh, they can't decide. They're shaking.
I was trying to see, I wanted to see. So what do you think is the best you can get with Pilly? What would you say is the best combo? Not
So
that you've seen, but
it's an epic card,
yeah.
right? So it would have to be a rare, right?
Hmm.
Um, right? Isn't that how it is?
I
Epic or
don't know.
rare?
Wait, it's
What is Ruckus?
no, no, uh
Uncommon?
it's epic and it's epic and uncommon, right? And then it's rare and
Okay, so a pump and Peely would
That's
go.
what I was thinking. The double yellow,
Yeah,
bro.
a pump and Peely. If that's a pack, you win. You win for life.
It's epic rare,
Um,
yeah. Epic rare. So yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought. So it is ever. So you can't get a pump. So it's
So what
legendary and uncommon, and epic and rare.
is it?
I don't think so.
No.
No, because Skull Ranger is rare and Drift is
And
legendary. So it's
Ruckus is rare, right?
uncommon and epic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would be Pump and
Would be a
Billy, right?
pump and Peely.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. I think that's how it is. Yeah, epic rare
Yeah.
might be series 2. Yeah, okay. That's probably why we keep getting it mixed up. We get 10 votes. 70% of people are going with the banana.
Yeah.
I ain't mad about
That's
it. I ain't mad
that
about
was
it. That
I honestly thought it was gonna be like 80-20 at least. So I like that. That Bright Bomber made it tough. I know that's
the
what it
Bright
was.
Bomber definitely made it
Yeah.
tough, man. Um
This next one's gonna be
all right,
fun.
so we're gonna go Black Knight
Ruckus.
versus and yeah, Drift and Skull Ranger.
The original one, I thought this is freaking
Yeah, I think we already got votes for this, but we'll get a couple more.
yeah.
Go ahead and your thought process. I don't remember if we said it.
So this one is tough because I would much rather go to the top of the mountain and enjoy the rest of the ride by trying to get Drift and Skull Ranger down the road. Just
Mm.
Get Black Knight out the way, and then
Just
just
make your collection as
yeah,
epic as possible.
yeah, just enjoy the rest of the hobby getting the Black Knight. So I would definitely obviously go with Black Knight with this one, and then just hope that I can get Drift and Skull Ranger in my collection as time goes.
I think I like that. I think I want to get the BK so I can just stunt on everybody,
Yep,
right? Yeah,
just get out the way, you know.
oh yeah, I got a BK. Yeah,
Yeah,
who doesn't have a BK? I got one. Who
yeah.
doesn't have one? Yeah, I got to go with the Dark Knight,
But then the
The
Dark
Batman
Knight.
of Fortnite.
Listen, I mean, if we had hybrid on here, aka Red
We've
Knight,
got
that would
5
change some
votes,
stuff.
so people don't want to vote on the Black Knight, but it's 5-0. I'm guessing Black Knight goes for the win.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna be doing Drift slash Fish
Mm.
versus Healy slash Sunflower. All right, Rob, what are you gonna do?
Now, this is tough because I kind of want to keep the same thing that I was doing with Black Knight, but Drift and Fish stick together, bro. That's a pretty crazy pack. Uh,
That's a
I'm gonna
crazy
go.
pack.
I'm gonna go to reverse on this one. I'm gonna go with the Drift and Fish stick and live with the fact that I left the
Healy.
multiple thousand
Mm-hmm.
dollar card on the table.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm gonna go Drift and Fish Sticks because I think right now Fish Sticks is.
He
I think it can compete with Keely more than it's doing right now, and I really like Fish Sticks from the comics. Yeah, I'm gonna go Drift and Fish Sticks.
I do want us as a
Also,
community. I do want us as a community to do a tier list though. I think that would be fun to do. I think we should do a
y-
tier list with especially with series. I mean with all three, but I think a tier list will be fun, especially for new collectors.
yeah, I'm down with the tier list. Like multiple per tier or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we've got 7 votes right now. It's pretty. Not even pretty. It's very close.
Really?
Very close. We get a couple more votes. Personal,
Yo, I rock with
personal
sunflower. I rock with sunflower.
50-50 right now. It's
Wha-
50-50.
That's nuts.
This is why this is a cool segment because we never know what people are going to actually
That's
like say
right.
when it comes to it. So that's why it's always pretty cool. Like when
But
I
then
wasn't here, you can put some bass in your voice and try to talk trash about Aura.
yeah.
But y'all lucky I wasn't here for
But
that
this
because
You see what I love about this too is, we always, THG always gets some like low key subliminals in certain groups about being biased. So this
mhm,
just takes I mean, this is the
takes our
community
bias
voting.
out of it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I mean, we
just
do give our opinions why we do
yeah.
it. So,
I mean, I think that comes with, that comes with the territory of doing a live, but people don't like that, you know what I mean?
all right, we
It
got
is what it
9
is.
votes, 56 to 44%. Who do you think won?
I mean, it got to be Pilly and Sunflower.
It's got to be, but it's not. Drift and Fish Stick won.
That's nuts. but I guess the combo, like my said, I think they sleeping on they sleeping on sunflower maybe, but that drift and fish stick combo is pretty crazy.
All right. So now we got, let me put this on here. Drift and fish sticks versus BK and
Ruckus.
Ruckus. Now, this will be interesting. I have a question.
Hmm.
Is Drift and fish sticks better than Drift and Skull Ranger?
Ah, I like where you're going with that. That is a great question. That's a great one. So you're pretty much saying that Drift and Skull Ranger just had
Because
a unfortunate,
BK
yeah,
already beat Drift and Skull Ranger.
right.
So
That's
I'm
100%.
interested to see if the BK Ruckus versus
Yeah, because I'm
Drift and
going.
Fish
I'm
has any kind of difference.
two of these is. I mean, Drift. Yeah, I know how I feel about Drift. And Fish Stick is amazing, but I ain't passing up on no BK and Ruckus. It's not happening.
See, I've never been chasing the BK, so this is hard for me because I kind of wanted fish sticks. We might have
Hmm.
drift BK, and I was like, I liked your thing. You
Yeah,
start
you
my
just
collection out
start
strong,
up.
and it's
Yep.
like,
And then it's you know, you can pick your spots with because like you think about it. Okay, even like you said, you like those cards, so you can go with a PSA 7 and be happy, or a
mm-hmm.
a tag set whatever a tag
Like
two
I
point
can probably
five.
pick up one of those eventually, right? You
Did
won't
you
be
hear
able
what
to
I?
just pick. Yeah, I heard you, and so you won't be able to just pick up a BK willy nilly. I'm gonna have to
You just-
go drift and fish sticks or BK and ruckus. I feel like a complete poser if I say BK, but I'm gonna have to say BK, man. I'm just
Yeah,
going to
I
have to.
mean, we're trying to keep out the aspect of what you can do with the cards once you get them. That's what we're trying to keep out of there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but even
yeah,
just like at the height it's got, just to have such an epic card that everyone's
yeah,
chasing, just that fact alone is kind of cool. And they're not chasing it for like fake reasons, right? Like
yeah.
it's a legit like epic character of Fortnite. So
B-
yeah,
But
I'll go BK and Ruckus.
But to your point, I am interested in what drift pack is better in people's opinion. Is it the drift and Skull Ranger or the drift and Fish Stick?
Well, this is what we can
I'm
do. We can. What did
I mean that did just beat out Philly, so that should be interesting.
So drift.
That
BK.
Skull Ranger is such a crazy card, bro. Oh shoot.
Well, right now we've got 6 votes. Any more votes? This is the last vote of the night, guys. Any more votes? Carter said you drift and fish are about to get rocked. All right, I'm gonna end it in 5, 4, 3. If we got 8 votes, I was gonna give away Gold Super Shard. Oh, let me end that poll. Ooh, that was close. 7 votes. Votes started to come in there. Had to end real quick. 85% BK and Ruckus. Drift and Fish got 14%, which means that it beat out Skull Ranger.
Yeah.
As it was 100% BK the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody wavered. Somebody
That's
wavered.
that I mean this is one of the very interesting ones because I was looking at I've seen some crazy combinations. And seeing these in that video, bro, I was like, this is pretty crazy of what you can get. Person that get that pump in
You know what you need
Philly,
to do? The same
crazy.
thing, but the worst.
The worst
The
that would be
worst.
because that's a real thing. It is. It's a
That's the fear. Like this is great. I'm happy. You give me a Dart Bomber, Skull Troop. You give me any of these packs.
that is a good
Give me
one.
any of these packs. I'm down. I don't really care, right? But you give me the wrong fucking pack. Oh my gosh, $1,000 box, and you gave
You're
me
right.
2 cards that are trash.
You're right.
That's the reality we got to talk about here. Like that, every pack is gonna look like this. This is like sunny. This looks
This is
like
sunny. Yeah, no
nothing
doom
can
and
go
gloom.
wrong. Like people are about to go buy mega boxes right now, and it's like we're not even talking about the freaking things they can pull, like a patty whacker
Bro.
and an
But so
aerobic assassin or whatever her name is.
But what is it with? So I seen so far I've seen three Black Knight and Ruckus.
Yeah,
We
you do see a lot
is
of
you
BK and Ruckus.
I'm interested of how this really looks in like totality, like because I've seen some crazy drift combinations and some crazy Skull Trooper ones, but I haven't seen a crazy Skull Trooper pack yet. and I've went through a lot of these videos. If I'm not mistaken, I actually have to go back to his name is slipping my mind, but it's Hamster. I think it's Hamster in the Discord. Uh, but
What about Hamster?
he did the 20 megabox rip. I think it was
Hmm.
him, if I'm not mistaken. I got to go back and rewatch his video. Um, but I got to see those combinations as well. But I like love looking through these combinations cuz it's crazy of what you can really get.
Oh, that was good. We'll I don't know if people are just sleeping tonight or if they're getting a little bit bored of these. So we'll
I don't know.
brainstorm things. We'll try them
But we
again.
had
We're not getting rid of them because they're fun, but maybe
yeah,
we'll break it up every so often. We did
yeah.
start it late, but we
Yeah, we
appreciate everyone
started
who hung out with us.
at 45 minutes late and cuz we had 17 votes last week. So that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
major
yeah, yeah.
difference. Yeah, so
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate Budget. Thank you if you're still here, man. Thank you for the super sticker. Ryan, thank you again for supporting us every
appreciate it.
week. If you guys haven't yet, please check out the Fortnite card tracker on fortnitecards.com. Check
Yep.
your collection. If you guys have any feedback, I'm all ears. I want to make this a really cool and easy way to track your collection. We will catch you guys next time.
Appreciate y'all.